Yeah.
Hello, everyone!
Hi!
Hello.
Hello, chat members. How's it going?
Wow. You designed a tree.
Wow.
All right, guys, don't talk over each other. It's okay.
The one time we all shut up is when you put it as a
You guys have not been able to stop talking before the stream, and as soon as it's live
literally
button.
at all.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining us today. We are on episode 2 of Return of the Arclord.
Our dad's better than your dad!
I've dubbed this episode
I love you, Daddy.
The Road of Blood.
Ew.
So,
Sounds charming.
A lot bloodier.
yeah.
That means
like
we're
it's
gonna
about
have
getting
red
from
chip
Lovelace.
that candy.
You know, you think they just clean it up, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Imagine all the mops you would need to mop up that much fucking blood.
I mean, they got magic.
Listen, I played
Prestidigitation.
cleaning simulator. Okay, it takes a lot of mops.
This is also why
It takes a lot of mops.
so I'm
Is
in
that
a,
crime
I
scene?
was in a LARP, and they used to try doing the quote-unquote executions inside, and my character who worked the thing was like, no, you take them outside! I'm the one that's gonna clean up all the fucking blood!
Lovely.
Love it.
Would be a fun way to use a create water spell. Just like, all right, I'm going to create water, but it's going to be a hose, and I'm just going to power wash the shit out of this plate.
You just extend it for one finger, and then the different fingers you use is pressurized.
This is the most disturbing game of Power Wash Simulator I've ever played.
Yeah. Well, guys, how are we feeling today?
Pretty damn good.
Pretty good.
I
pretty
feel
good.
great being in my true tree form.
Yeah?
Oh,
You look great.
I should say, yeah, draw everyone's attention to the new fern art. Yes, that's right. You heard me correctly. New fern art has just dropped. We have Streaky's character, Veter, completely illustrated. Look at him.
Totally not a little log with a knife anymore.
Yeah.
The long
You-
knife,
But
the
that
long
was so cute,
hair.
though.
I mean, you're just a big leaf with a knife now.
I swear, I just want to wring my fingers through his weight. Leaves?
It's to
That's
give a little description of the hair. Imagine like a willow tree. That's pretty much what it is.
Okay,
That's
so
nice,
branches
actually.
then.
Yeah. Somewhat.
I will miss the
Lots of
log
branches of
Yeah.
hair.
The log. Listen, the log may be gone, but he'll forever be in our hearts.
forever. 100%.
Forever.
He's forever
just a
in
silly
the
one.
system. I can't get him out, so.
Maybe we could add them as like a little side character. I don't know.
You have a familiar, and it's just a little tiny log.
That's just no. That's the image of what like baby horns look like. If there's just little
Oh,
logs, they didn't
no.
screw it.
Yeah.
Did
It's
they
like
come with the knife?
I don't know how he found that knife. It's a really good question.
That was just baby
They
Veter.
just popped out of the ground with a knife.
Listen, it's like those like old Victorian kids that are like, "Oh, give me all your fucking money." They're fucking bugging people in the street.
And that's what he sounds like.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
No, this one. Give me all your fucking money, bitch.
We're so proud of him. He's come so far.
I know. Little tiny rogue.
I taught him well. Why didn't you teach him how to stab? Survival.
How old is he? We'll count his rings when we'll find out.
3.
He's
3 old.
He's 3
That's
rings
Manny.
old.
3
Starts to slowly pop out bark.
I can't believe he's 3 years old and already committing violence.
They grow up so
They grow up so
fast.
fast.
Grow up so fast.
This is what he looks like at 20 years old. He's doing great.
That'll just be funny.
He's just very long-lived.
Yeah, you know,
It's just
he
be-
stopped stabbing people in the streets and started investing in stocks. It's actually a crazy turnaround.
Gross!
Started hanging out with the wrong crowd, man. Some Wall Street bro that got lost in the redwoods.
Now he won't stop talking about Coinbase or whatever that is.
Oh God!
Don't get me
No.
started.
No.
You keep talking about
No.
these bits of money?
I swear to
Like,
God,
Oh.
if you
Green
anthropomorphize the blockchain, I will kill someone.
Please don't make me
Picture
think
the
of
blockchain, something somebody whittled. This is bad.
Oh my God!
Please don't talk to crypto. I'd rather not have that break out of me.
Really? I'm with you, man, for so many reasons.
Yeah. Too many fucking clients.
Oh yeah,
That's
you have to do
right,
it way worse than I do. Yeah, you're not
Yeah.
wrong. Oh god.
All right, so why don't one of you guys tell me what happened last month on this game?
Well, there was a bunch of shit.
Yeah, what's going
I was
on?
like, what? Which one? I've watched the episode about 12 times.
I guess to give a quick summary from the too long notes page. Everybody's backstories happened. Certain people were accused of crimes they did and didn't commit, and then were found guilty of said crimes. You know, some people's families disappeared. Some people are searching for their, well, I guess it would be cousins, I suppose, or siblings. It depends on how you describe Gorons, and also dealing with filthy politicians.
Yeah.
Some people are filthy politicians.
Hey, I resemble that remark.
who are, you know, who are pulling a British museum and trying to take certain artifacts of historical value.
It belongs
And
to
then
fucking
some
museum.
people are fuck-ass weird mutants.
And then there's you.
True.
Some people wander out and get struck by lightning, you know.
Yeah.
And some people try to do that.
You know, sometimes people just have a skill issue, and they didn't they didn't check their iframes.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, I think this would be a fun thing to do. I think this would be a good icebreaker anyway to get us into the game. Let's go down the line. Tell me what your guys' favorite thing that happened last session, starting with Melody, because I know you watched the VOD 12 times.
So many goddamn times. Like, I don't know how many. At least that many. I think my favorite thing that happened last session was you surprised me with the way that you delivered something in the Iron Master Etheria part. You said like, oh, you found like a kit that was packed by your mom. Like, and the way you delivered that made me write an entire other story because I had not thought about it that way. So I like that you surprised me in my own script, and that was kind of cool.
Well, I am always happy to please. Shailene, what was your favorite thing?
The what is it? Praise?
Oh, Praise for the
was
Wasteland?
yeah.
Praise for the Wasteland, the Colo girl who you took the job
That surprised me. Yeah.
She surprised
Because I was just gonna like in my brain I thought I was just gonna wander to Quantium.
Oh.
I had no idea that was gonna be the direction, and I was like, okay, that surprised me. I didn't expect that.
Well, once again, I'm happy to surprise. Oracle, what was your most favorite thing from the last session / most surprising thing from that session?
All right, so I have two. The first one is realizing how big of a bitch Daphne's mother is, but how not a bitch her father is, which is really nice. What? You want to have at least one parent that isn't like completely terrible.
You want one that's not miserable, you know?
It'd be nice, a little bit. And honest to God, I really enjoyed Streaky's character's interaction with his contact, or I don't remember exactly
So good.
Just the back and forth, and I can visually see your cousin just kind of rolling his eyes like, just don't stab anybody.
Oh yeah, Brian.
My branch from another root.
Your branch from another. God damn it, that wasn't weird.
Well played, sir.
Thank you. I'll be here all session.
All right, Crow. What about you?
Well, I was going to say I really love the interactions between Vidar and Briar, but I did also. Fuck, I was also my backup for that was Praise to the Wasteland. So I really loved the voice you did for the voice in the head of Adros. That
Oh my god, that was
yes,
it's creepy. I loved it.
it's so good.
Epic. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
I didn't expect this to be the praise the DM section. I wasn't expecting that. I'm sorry.
Always
you
should
just
praise
made this
Still getting to know us,
fucking
guys.
session in the world. It's like, well, what was your favorite bit of the thing I did? It's like, well, of course we're gonna praise you, you clown.
many of the things that you did.
Get loved on, nerd.
I didn't think this through, evidently. So, so we're gonna round this up with Streaky. What's your favorite color? I'm kidding. What was your favorite part from last session?
I was about to say, you chose the wrong person to ask that question. What color? The ones I can see.
You know he's not blind because that's a perfect question for that.
Yeah, it really is.
Okay.
My favorite color is gray because gray is everything.
Oh, buddy.
Okay, I'm not.
Hey, Streaky.
Yeah.
You're my everything, bud.
I will kiss you right now.
Now, what was your favorite moment from the session?
My favorite moment was, it's kind of a funny one, and I'm sorry for saying this one. It's when we all completely forgot to describe our characters only until the very end.
There we go. Let's that's what I'm looking for. The things that the DM didn't do.
Yeah, but it's very funny. Added a special little funny bit to it. Lets the people give a little mystery of like, what does these people look like? Oh, technically, I'm a log.
Also, we decided to prank you and not tell you that we'd forgotten it to see how you
Player versus
reacted.
DM
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're just,
The audience was in on it.
we're just going with the flow, man. You know. And also, I also like the funny idea of like the small group of us, just like we're all going to caravan together. Then the other two fucks that being left in the desert.
At least Pedro's was conscious when we left him.
Especially Bill, your character just being like, someone help me.
Oh my god.
That's been the best part about waiting 4 weeks between is just being dead in a ditch somewhere or like passed out in a ditch somewhere is the funniest thing to like just not be able to move on from.
Moving on.
Listen, it's not my fault that you did a crime, perhaps, but
All right.
She never said she was innocent.
Well, I think that the issue of me not being able to describe people's characters is a great place to start because we completely forgot to do that for Adros last time. So now,
Did you realize right after we finished the stream?
yes, I realized right after we ended the stream, and I wanted to blow up on the spot, but I didn't. I survived, and I will survive the day.
Woohoo!
So now I'm going to. We're going to go over to the game time screen.
yeah.
It's blank. Well, hold on. I got to pull up the window. That'd be helpful.
That would be.
Just a little.
Yeah.
The window.
Be
Oh, look, I
beneficial,
can
at
see
least.
The
everybody.
window. The
Yeah.
window. The window. There it is. Okay.
The window.
Window to the wall?
Sad story window.
All right.
Dalma.
So
Halls.
What?
the let's see. Adros. I need to actually turn on some music. Adros, the news you had received from one of your friends at Ekonus, Conrad, the Dromar, telling you that if you did not improve your performance after your your
Sabbatical.
event, that you would be bad things would happen to you.
Fine, only mind shaping. That's totally not terrible.
The stories you've heard of mind shaping are, well, they are somewhat terrifying, to be honest. A lot of times you've heard that initiates, when they've gone into mind shaping to be improved, they don't quite come out the same person. They definitely come out a much better cog in the machine that is Ekonus, but they do not come out whole as what they once were. And it's not exactly something you want to go through, especially if they might discover what had happened to you out in the wasteland. You're not sure exactly what they would do to you. So you take your sabbatical. You have been given permission to leave Ekonus. And remind me, where exactly did you decide you were going to go?
The two main ideas were heading down the titular, in this case, Road of Blood to Quantium, or heading towards the largest known settlement of Fleshwarp, the Manymen.
And which one did you decide on?
If I remember correctly, the last session it was really just got out of the place. There was no decision, so let's take a safe bet. Quantium, or yeah, Quantium. There you go.
All right.
I was making sure I said the right one.
You are in your bunk, packing up your stuff. You are sort of like going over your supplies. You have to pack very well if you want to survive the trip to Quantium. And you'll have to make a few stops on the way if you want to resupply as well.
Mm-hmm.
And you are sort of finishing up packing your clothes and some of the rations. You close your luggage or whatever kind of whatever method you're using to carry your supplies with you. Maybe like a rucksack or something like that.
Probably just a large backpack.
Okay.
Standard issue.
Large backpack, probably best for survival and hikes out into the wastes of Nex. And you're on your way out through the barracks when you stop at a mirror. And I want you to describe to us what you see.
Well, there's a flinch there, a fear, visible even in just posture alone. Adros hasn't gone outside. Hell, he's barely even gone out of bed without being fully covered. They're fine enough clothes, obviously pragmatic. A small belt he got once as a younger man, on a small day off. The shaping still gives some money. There's an understanding that even if it's during training, a little bit of money to the recruits is always necessary. A belt buckle, which holds the image of a moth splitting from its chrysalis. He sees a man who is neither short nor tall. Blue-black hair, which has now been tied in a tight bun. Still long strands of it, cascading over the face. The typical conical mask of Econus, serving double duty both to prevent the stench of the awful and cover more. What's probably not on currently are those dark glasses. So he sees a pair of mismatched eyes looking back at him. And he turns away with a slight limp, picking up a cane, resting beside the mirror, and putting on the glasses before heading out.
Alright. You head out. Do you go to see anyone before you leave? Do you just kind of try to slip out as much as you can?
As a very Irish goodbye, politely slipping out, saying, if he sees people, it's very polite, well, how do you do? I'm heading out for a while. I'll see you whenever I next see you.
Yeah, you kind of receive very similar kind of courteous gesture, gestures yeah, take care, be safe out there. Some you kind of joke don't let the flesh beast get you, or things like that.
And don't be devoured, and if you do, at least put up a fight.
Yeah, exactly. Don't put us to shame,
Old Econacy values.
But you managed to get away from the campus of where the initiates are usually stationed, training, learning, things like that, and you walk through the streets of Econus. The streets are very normal today. People walking up and down, going through their normal business. You can hear the sound of a market square off in the distance, bustling with the noises of transactions, people buying and selling things, the sound of yelling and hollering and laughing and things like that. You head down to the main thoroughfare towards the northern gate of Econus, and you are met by the guards up there. They do a quick search on you, make sure you are not smuggling out anything, like any military secrets or anything like that, and then you are cleared to exit the building. Or exit the gates, rather, the gatehouse building. And now you are sort of standing about 10 paces away from the front gate of Ekinus. Facing the northeast, you see a very wide expanse of rolling hills. And further east you look and you see there are like large dunes of like coarse red sand that slope along the horizon, and the sun is starting to hang pretty high in the air, or up in the sky rather.
Before starting his trek, Adris will turn around and take one final look at the only place he has ever truly known. The great emblazoned walls of Ekinus.
The city...
God, this place... Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
This place terrifies him in what might be, but still deep within is the love for the only place that will ever be home, truly.
The city in its own way waves to you goodbye as well, as you hear the familiar sound of a loud hiss of steam. A cloud of steam rising above the walls on the south side of the city, where the flesh forges are still in operation. The steam cloud sort of wavers in the air, as if waving you goodbye. And then soon the steam disappears.
If Adros's face wasn't covered by a mask, a smile would crack a little bit of that stony facade, and then turn around and start his trek, probably keeping relatively close to the river, just to make sure, worst case scenario, you can survive without food for a while, but not without water.
The Road of Blood, which is the road between Ekinus and Quantium, goes across the desert.
Oh, okay, sorry. My apologies.
No, you're good. So it goes between Ekinus and Quantium. And then there is the Road of Dirt that crosses the center of the Eustrati River to Onipian. And then there is the Road of Gold between Onipian and Quantium. All three of these roads are the major roadways in Nex, and they are referred to as the arteries. And the vast road networks that connects the roads and various other smaller settlements in Nex, those are called the circulation, the veins. And the arteries are the largest roads, and they are known to be well protected. They have sort of a magic enchantment cast on them that has to be recasted on them every 20 or so years, that wards off the flesh beasts that are released from Ekinus' flesh forges. So, you will likely not be attacked by any of those creatures out on the road, but if you were to stray too far,
then all bets are off.
All bets are off. Roll me a society check.
You got it, boss man. That. Roll. I'm just making sure. Yep, public.
Alright. Yeah, you know that you are likely very safe from the flesh beasts. There's no real harm that they can pose to you unless you stray too far. And you also know that there are commonly traders and other travelers that cross the road, so you might even see other life as you walk along. But it will be several months travel, not just months, several weeks of travel, not months, good lord. Yeah. Several weeks travel to on foot from Ekinus to Quantium. And you begin your journey. We're obviously going to speed through a little bit of this. We're not going to roleplay every individual day.
3
That'd be a little
fucking
crazy.
weeks.
What
What do you do? Well, I wake up and
Does
start
that mean
walking.
Does that mean it's time for a montage?
Yeah, kind of.
But you don't want to nat one your survival checks.
Look, we all know we're
Adros
gonna go-
dies in the desert. Sorry.
Please create a new character.
It's more likely than you think.
Yeah, it is.
I will say, why don't you roll a perception check, a secret perception check, to kind of like, for like the first week of travel, what kind of sights you see.
Yep, just making sure. Secret perception, blind general. There you go. It has been rolled.
The first week of traveling, you see a few things. One of the things is something that is quite common along the Road of Blood. Whenever strong gales of wind blow from the Obari Ocean, from like the after effects of storms that carry along the coast, it kicks up the red dust and sand that sort of populates this part of like the desert wasteland, and it causes like this sort of red haze in the air as you walk. At certain points, it even feels like there are shadows amongst the red haze that walk alongside you, as if they are spirits of past conflicts still wandering the deserts to this day. It is a bit unnerving, if not at least a little bit comforting, to know that you are not alone. Or at least that is probably the most positive way to think of it. But you are really not alone on this road, as you also pass by a few caravans that are coming down from Quantium to Echonis, or just travelers who are moving along the safe paths, either going through like from villages to Echonis, or from Quantium to various villages in the midst of the desert. You see all kinds of kin and ken of different people traveling. Lots of humans, various peoples like catfolk and the Kolo. Some of them may stop and chat with you, like very friendly, and like kind of trade some stories of what they see, and you know, talk about the weather and things like that, and then go on about their day. Sometimes you camp at night with a caravan, and they're kind enough to share some of their food, or you pay for, you know, something a little better, depending on the situation.
Possibly paying through service. There's many things a doctor can give.
Yeah. There are definitely times where you've been stopped by people who, you know, have caught like a wound or need help fixing their carriage or things like that. You can assist them on the road. And at the very end of your first week of travel, you, like just in general, the area out here smells of iron and copper, like almost like the scent of blood, as it's often said that many of the conflicts fought during the Next Geb War were fought along the Road of Blood, which is why it's called that.
Makes sense.
And so when the wind blows across necks and kicks up the sand, it still smells of the sort of iron-tinged scent of blood. But as you're walking, sort of like almost getting ready to end the night, you can smell that sort of familiar scent, although much, much stronger ahead of you. You also catch like a scent of smoke in the midst of a sort of like, not really a sandstorm, but just like the general, just like haze of the desert. And as you sort of walk over a sort of like rise in the road, you see there is a small camp that looks like it had been attacked. Although you see several figures, people standing around that are, they don't seem like they are hostile anyway. Give me a, actually no, I'm sure you could use your perception check you rolled earlier.
Cool.
The figures look strange. Not in the way that they are like, I don't know. I don't quite know how to describe it. They are humanoid, obviously, they're people, but they are different in each and every one of them. They are, like, some may have extremely elongated features, others may be sort of short and wide, others also have several limbs. And I'm sure you see where I'm going with this.
I think I do.
And they look to be as if they are, like, gathering amidst the camp, sort of searching around, looking for something. From this distance, it doesn't appear that they have any weapons.
Goes from a Adris will keep walking up, and once getting to a comfortable, not yelling distance, but loudly talking distance. Sort of, hello there. Do you need any aid?
You sort of announce yourself, and one of the figures who was like sort of standing around a tent that had been like clearly singed and kind of crumpled to the ground. They had been like, they looked like they were trying to like reform the tent. They kind of lift their head up and look at you, and they stand up, and this is one of the individuals that are like unusually tall, sort of like long and spindly. They look like a human, although their proportions are exaggerated. They stand and kind of raise their hand like in a gesture of greeting, and they point toward the side, like towards like the center of the camp, and you see there is like a large mound, not quite a mound, but like there's like a large covering where there's a large cloth that looks to be covering several humanoid figures laying on the ground, covering corpses. And you can see there are the rest of like the people here, who you by now, so if you've gotten closer, have recognized as other flesh warps. Are sort of like checking the camp, looking for people who are hurt or reclaiming anyone who is dead. But the tall figure doesn't say anything to you. He just points.
So as Aegis will give us sort of a solemn nod, giving a look towards the humanoid figures at the center. Does it look like any are, is it nearly dead, or is it just truly all dead?
They're all covered by a cloth.
Okay.
So you assume that they have been, like, they've just been covered up to not be, like, damaged by the elements.
So Aegis will continue walking, putting one hand up in a gesture of, like, I mean peace, and still one hand on the cane. I'm a doctor. If you find any wounded, I could provide assistance.
The tall flesh orb kind of nods his head and goes, Why, Zick? He talks as if like his tongue is kind of like stuck to the bottom of his mouth. And he points to a figure that is standing over the corpses. It is a sort of like tall, not really like misshapen like the rest of the flesh warps, but just like a generally tall individual who's wearing a hood, like sort of like a dark, like almost black, not quite black, but almost black robe, who is standing over the bodies, and they are holding out like a talisman.
Would I recognize which like faith it could be from, or?
Give me a religion check.
You got it. Yep, normal public roll.
You can see the shining glint of silver, and you can recognize on the charm the spinning, like the swirling comet. This is a this is the representation of Pharasma, the Lady of Graves.
Idris will walk up to the fellow. Isaac, you said, Skrub?
Yeah.
Sorry, just making sure.
Isaac.
Yeah, cool. Just making sure. Pardon me. Isaac, was it?
You can hear the man is like quietly like praying beneath his, like under his breath, and once he finishes his chant, he brings the sort of charm back to his chest and places it around his neck, and then he turns to look at you, and he's wearing a like plain wooden mask with no like features on it. It's just a dark, like sort of stained wood. And there's no like features on it. There's no like painting or anything like that.
Eye holes or anything.
It is just stained wood.
Okay.
Smoothed, and it covers like all the way up down to his chin. And he turns to look at you and goes, "Are you a survivor, or did you merely happen upon this incident?"
I just going to Quantium. I simply smelled smoke on the air.
He kind of nods and goes, "Well, I'm afraid there are no living for us to help here." He kind of looks off, looks over at like the pile of bodies and goes, "But I have done all I can to make sure that they receive their peace."
Thank you for your kindness to your friends.
He kind of shakes his head and goes, "I am not the one to thank. It is the Lady of Graves who gives me her power, her divine ability to use her power for this kind of, well, for this kind of misfortune that happens. There have been more and more of these attacks along the roads." And he kind of looks behind you. "You're traveling alone."
By a certain point of view.
He kind of is quiet for a moment and says, "Are you bold, or are you desperate?"
Someone can be both, can't they?
Kind of nods his head and says, "This is true. An individual is not just one thing, but many wrapped up." He kind of looks at your garb, your clothes, and says, "You're from Echonis, an initiate."
I am. I would say so, yes. I am on self-study, you could say.
He looks over towards like the group that are kind of looking through the camp, And a couple of them have now like approached, sort of like shaking their heads. And Isaac sort of he says something to one of them in a language you don't quite understand. And then looks back to you and says, "And where is your destination?"
Pontium, the capital. It is it's magical center of the world. Might as well see if it has the answers I seek.
And you are a doctor of sorts?
Medical, yes. Technically, I was a medic, but a doctor is easier to explain.
He kind of like nods in understanding, and then says, "There are many sick and wounded amongst my camp, and as it so happens, we are currently traveling to a rally point and heading to Quantium in a large group. If you would like, you would find a bed and meaningful work amongst us. However, if you would like to travel alone, then I will not stop you. However, you must understand that the roads are dangerous. There are several bands of Colo hunters and bandits that have been stalking the area."
I would much rather stay if, as you so offered, it be an insult to my creed to not at least try and help. I learned how to help people, I should use it. Sort of like gesture at the medical kit sort of strung along his waist.
He's sort of like, he's been kind of like holding his charm up until now, and he finally kind of lets go of it and holds out his hand, and you can see like the sleeve of his robe kind of like slides up to like his wrist, and you can see that like the back of his hand and up to his arm, his like skin almost looks like a severe like burn, like scar, like his skin is kind of shriveled and sort of like malformed, and he holds it out and says, "My name is Isaac. I was once a priest of Pharasma. Now I am, well, charged with other duties. And you are welcome to come with us."
I am Aedros of Iconus, as you know. He'll take the man's hand in a gentle shake.
Yeah, he shakes your hand. His hand feels coarse, like a sort of like tough piece of leather. And he shakes your hand and goes, "Well, Aedros, perhaps first you will assist us in giving these people a burial."
Of course.
Alright. You help the Flesh Warps and Isaac give these people a burial. There are about 6 of them total. Do you kind of like, are you interested in all like how they died or anything like that?
I suppose giving a quick look, seeing if it's much more a quick guesstimation of like, okay, was it due to the fire? Was it due to like physical weapons, or was it more bestial weapons? Because you mentioned Colo hunters and bandits, so.
Make a medical check.
You got it. And you know what? Let's just go for a normal medical check instead of insurance, because this is more fun. 22.
Okay. Yeah, it is quite clear that these people were attacked by well, they had been attacked by a group of bandits of some kind. As you see, there are lots of like sort of wounds from like sharp implements, a lot of piercing wounds, stabbing wounds, and slicing wounds. Curiously, you see a lot of like wounds that are shaped like a sort of like animal's claws across like the backs of some of these people. You also note that at least half of them don't really have many wounds at all, but have their throats slit. So yeah.
I suppose on recognizing that, Idris will sort of stop for a moment, muttering to himself, "It's undue cruelty."
Do you say that loud enough for Isaac to hear it?
Yeah, probably.
Isaac will say, "The Kolo do not understand cruelty like we do. The Kolo are pragmatic people. They will take any and all advantage they can possibly take. To them, it is not just the smart thing to do or the cruel thing to do. It is just the ideal for survival. While I do not hold that ideal against them, I also do not accept the idea of killing just for this."
Sake of it. They just sort of nod in agreement. Well, continue assisting with the burial as best he can. He's not exactly the most physically adept of fellows.
All right. Yeah, you guys finish up the sort of grim job, and the sun is now starting to go down. And Isaac kind of says, "Come, we will head to our camp. It is not far down the road. And once we get there, we will link up with the caravan heading towards the main group. From there, well, we will put you to work."
Idris will nod, sort of. Just, reaction sort of dulled due to the, not grief, but just, sadness of death. Unneeded death, as it were.
Yeah. All right. The next, few days for you is sort of traveling with this group of people. You kind of get to know some of the people here. Not like very, closely, but you make your acquaintance with a lot of the people here.
No names and such, recognized faces.
Yeah. You sort of notice that most of the people that are traveling in this group are fleshwarps in some means or whatever. And you might even suspect that the rest are fleshwarps, but have like a more subtle mutation, like maybe you do. But you can't quite tell. There are a couple Kolo here among the caravan as well, but they are, sort of individual, and they kind of have this sort of moroseness about them as they're kind of traveling. They're not very active or social at all.
Makes sense.
But yeah, you guys, you follow along with this caravan until there is, you see like across the horizon one day, there is like several plumes of smoke that are rising. At this point, you guys have kind of traveled off of the Road of Blood, but on the interior of the arteries, which is a little safer than on the outside.
Yeah.
And you are sort of following along with this group, and you kind of crest over this hill as you look down. There is like a small oasis out here in the middle of this like large camp. You see like dozens and dozens of tents sort of like lined up in this area. And just from like a quick glance, you can see like maybe like 100, 200 people here. But you basically spend a couple of days here tending to sick people who have like heat stroke or are dehydrated and things like that, and you kind of like are gaining some knowledge and some rapport with these people, and you learn very quickly that you have sort of been taken to the heart of the Manymen's camp. But as far as like gathering information on what exactly is going on here, you've not had the time yet.
Yeah, it's mostly been spent keeping people alive and keeping himself alive.
Yeah, you've been working. You haven't exactly been like working to like exhaustion, but there's no end to like the amount of work a medic or a doctor will need amongst a lot of people like this. But
exactly,
you are treated very well amongst the Manymen. People often thank you for your work and give you like extra portions of food and water and things like that. And your sort of sleeping quarters is
comfortable.
Yeah,
at least.
Yeah, they're
comfortable
pretty.
As can be.
Yeah, they're pretty nice. It's kind of like on not really a tent, but it's like the back end of like a like a wagon that has like sort of like a lifted what's the word? Just like a tarp on the back of the caravan lifted over it that you sleep under. Like a bedroll that you probably pack
exactly.
with you. So yeah. And then one day, the man that you'd met at the side of the road, Isaac, approaches you. And he says, Adros, I would ask you to come with me. There is an individual I'd like you to assist me with.
Oh, of course. Adros will, I suppose if he was not doing medical work, if he was sort of in a moment of free time, he's probably spending some time with Jezebel, the familiar, and sort of keeping her clean and preened and all that.
Yeah, your familiar Jezebel is, I'm not sure she exactly likes all of the noise here, but, she doesn't complain or anything like that. She's not fussy or anything. But, she's kind of doing her thing. But yeah, you follow Isaac to a small tent that is towards like the edge of the camp. And you can see inside the tent there is what looks like a woman sort of like lying in a bedroll with, they have like her leg propped up. And Isaac sort of like stops you before you go in the tent and says, this is a woman we had found along the Ustrati River. From what we can tell, she is broken, or maybe not. She's harmed her leg, injured herself. And I would like you to take a look at her.
Of course. Sort of. Adris will walk up to stand beside the unconscious woman, specifically focusing on the leg. If there's like a stool, he'll sort of pull that, sit on it to get a more comfortable look. I suppose, would this be a medicine check?
Yeah.
I will use assurance here, so that would be 10 plus proficiency bonus, so that would be a 13 equivalent.
Okay. Yeah, I'd say that's an easy success. You take a look at it, and it's pretty clear that she's not broken her leg. It looks like she has like almost sprained her knee. You can see it's like quite swollen around the joint, but it's not broken at all. You don't like hear any clicks or anything like that as you're examining it.
That's good.
Although what's strange to you is why she is unconscious, because she's not awake right now. She is stone, like out cold. You figure that, well, the best you can do is just wrap the leg, like wrap the leg tightly and allow the joint to kind of like
natural
heal over time. But you think it would take at least like a week of like rest for her to be able to walk on it again, at least not without any pain.
Yeah. Suppose Adris will turn to Isaac and, how long has she been unconscious? Is this it seems a bit strange. She's not woken up during the examination.
He kind of shakes his head and goes, I do not know. I was following a patrol along the Estradi River a couple of days ago, and we found her unconscious in an alcove. I do not know how long she's been out, but I fear that if we had not found her soon, or later, if we had found her later, she would have been dead.
Suppose, Adris will rest a hand gently over the mouth and nose to, like, keep a track of, just in case, is this woman actually breathing? Feeling the light breath of it.
Yeah, you feel a breath. It's very faint, but it's there. As you are making that sort of examination, you're kind of like, gathering. It's like kind of figuring out her like kind of just like a general like checkup, making sure there's nothing else wrong with her.
Yeah, exactly.
Very evidently, obviously, she's got some kind of like dehydration. She's dehydrated.
Yeah, exactly.
Suffering from exposure from the heat, but yeah, it just seems mostly it is her knee that is her biggest issue, aside from just her unconsciousness. And Isaac finally says, "Is there any way you may be able to wake her up?"
Well, apart from the more normal methods of waking someone unconscious, splash them with water, things like that, could also be some sort of stress, exhaustion, maybe, like sort of keeping track of the fact that she looks visibly dehydrated and such. Isaac, could you lean her up a little, sit her up at least? Perhaps a splash of water to the throat will.
Of course. And he assists you in doing this. You sort of like get like a flask of water.
Or a water skin, something.
Yeah, some kind of water vessel, and hold it up to her mouth as Isaac kind of holds her up. Once again, he's like holding up with his arm, and you see like the robe is like sort of slit down, and up to his elbow you can tell that he has that burn mark all the way up to his elbow. And you start to give water to this woman. Now, I'm going to let's see. We're gonna go to Mel's character. Teehee.
Hello.
All right, give me 1 second. I need to find.
She's dead in the ditch somewhere.
No, she's not.
Well, I mean, I think we know where she is.
I'm sure she's doing fine. Because the mouse character running away from like fuck.
I don't
You
know,
managed
but
to outrun clouds. I mean, this party has a
Pretty nice,
50%
though.
success rate of it.
Right?
Good luck!
I'm sure you'll be fine.
And you are, well, just in a general sense of like how Anne feels right now, you are kind of fucked. You are, the last thing you sort of remember before, having passed out was being thrown out of your home, being sentenced for several, like being like charged with several crimes and sentenced to exile, and left out in the desert to survive on your own devices. You are now having a kind of nightmare. At least it feels like a nightmare, as you're kind of now sitting back in that courtroom again. Although now the walls are much more exaggerated, much taller, much more sort of intimidating. The shadows are deep in the courtroom, and the people, you can't quite see their faces, but you know they are staring at you. You hear, like, the loud cracking of the sound of a gavel hitting a wooden desk. And it sounds like a crackle of lightning that ripples throughout the courtroom. And you can kind of see, like, this image of light burn into your retinas of, like, this lattice work of lightning, like a curtain falling from the sky, hitting the ground in front of you. And then, as you're sort of in this nightmare for quite a long time, several images and people you see, voices you've heard, it all kind of like forms over like a kind of just like a fog in your sort of mind's eye. And now you are kind of standing out in the middle of the desert. You see the rising mesas and sand dunes off in the distance. But you can hear the very clear call of a bird. If this works, you hear the clear call of a bird.
Can I tell where it's coming from?
It sounds like it's coming from everywhere, honestly. Everywhere and nowhere at the same time.
I think I'd try to find it, if I can. If there's anything, like a tree, or if there's some kind of outcropping that it looks like it might be under.
You are going to give me a perception check. A dream perception check.
Hell yeah. I'm assuming public?
Private one.
Private, okay. Which is blind. Okay.
It still doesn't sound like it's coming from anywhere. It just sounds like it's everywhere. Maybe it's like inside your head. Or maybe it's coming from the sky. So having like no real direction of where this is coming from, you just start to walk. Almost like an automatic like reaction. You just start walking. And you walk the desert, what feels like for days. You feel that like itchy scratchiness at the back of your throat of like thirst and dehydration. You feel like the sweat sort of like causing clothes to sort of cling to your body. But the sound of this bird does not stop for the entirety of those few days.
I need you to shut the hell up.
And that is when you sort of like hear another crack of lightning. And as soon as the crack of lightning happens, the sound of the bird stops.
She'd look for the source of the lightning.
It was up ahead of you. It was hard not to see. The light is still burned in your retinas. It is a bright sort of like blue, purplish flash, brighter than anything you've ever seen.
She'd head toward it.
As you head toward it, you quickly start to recognize your surroundings as like as a rocky outcropping that you sort of like have like the sense of deja vu standing around. And then you pass it, and there is like a sort of small expanse of like thick shrubbery. And then it's just beyond that, you start to hear the sounds of running water, a river.
She'd start walking faster toward that because she's thirsty as hell.
With the power of thirst sort of like rushing you on, you sort of like start like hustling down the wasteland here towards the sound of the rushing water. And it is there that you see the Ustrati River. Same as the day you had leapt over it. Sort of rushing down through this sort of tight little gully. And there on the other side of the river in an alcove, you see the prone body of a woman laying face down in the dust.
She'd go toward the river's edge, kneel down, scoop some water up in her hands, take a drink, and then try to make her way across it, assuming that there's a clear enough space for her to walk across.
You kneel down and you take a drink of water. You can feel like a sort of like sting as the water kind of like touches your dried, parched throat. And as soon as you take like several gulps of this water, and as soon as you look up to go, walk over towards where the woman is, you see that she's gone.
What the hell?
And then you feel like the pressure of a hand at your back.
She'd jump, try to look behind her. Immediate fight or flight kicks in, her fists go up.
You jump, and you fall out of the cot that you were lying in. And, Adros, the woman you were attending to, just leaps out of the cot, and it hits the ground with a thud.
Fuck.
The idea worked. It's like Adros will turn to anything.
She did try to swing whatever was behind her.
Oh no,
You swing, and you don't...
I think it just probably took me off the cot.
Yeah, you don't connect with anything. It just causes you to, like, sort of cause the cot to, like, slip and you to fall out of it. And once you hit the ground, you feel a sort of throbbing pain in your left leg.
Oh, fuck.
Be a bit careful. You sprained your knee. It's should probably.
Who the hell are you? She kind of like almost cornered animal posture, sort of like hunched down, grabbing her leg, but start trying to scoot away.
Isaac sort of like puts a hand on your shoulder, Adros, and kind of like helps you like stand up, and he says, "You have no reason to be alarmed. You are safe."
The hell I don't.
And then you hear him say, "I encourage you to return to your cot. You will only exacerbate your injury."
Fuck, that hurts like a son of a bitch. What is this shit on it? Just looking at the wraps that are around it.
Yeah,
your bandages.
Your knee is like wrapped tightly. Although they've kind of come a bit undone since you fell out of the pond. But they are still quite like wrapped quite tightly. It's tight. You can feel the pressure. It's a sensation that you kind of understand, where it's like having it wrapped so tightly kind of like reduces the inflammation and the stress of it, like the pain of it. You know that if you were to try to unwrap it, it probably hurts worse than it feels right now.
Shit. She hears what Isaac says and would look at him, starting to see that he's not exactly human in the way that she's used to.
Yeah, you can see, basically as I described Isaac before, a tall sort of figure wearing dark robes, covering most of his skin, but he's wearing a wooden mask that's stained a dark color. You notice from your surroundings just immediately that it's almost nighttime. The sun has gone down, and the tent you are sitting in is sort of lit by a candlelight. And you can see Isaac's hands are sort of shriveled and pale, as if they're had some kind of burn along them. And Isaac kind of puts a hand on Adros again and goes, "Well done, Adros."
Thank you. It is good that you found her. It's Adros sort of do that sort of lean look of sort of a cautious eye, making sure she didn't accidentally break something falling out.
Yeah.
She'll start to roll onto her other knee to try to make her way back to the cot.
Would you like a hand, miss?
Luck's a strong word, but I probably need it.
Adros will walk up, sort of help her up. Trying to keep the one side away, make sure not to put pressure on the other leg.
She'll accept the help and hobble over till she can sit into the cot. How the hell did I get here? And where the fuck is here?
Isaac kind of leans over towards you, Adros, and says, "Adros, if you would, please fetch some food and water for the young lady."
Yes, Adros will sort of walk off, go grab it.
And then, as you're left alone in the tent with this man, and he sort of stands to the side of the entryway to the tent, giving you some space, and he says, he just kind of looks at you and goes, "Allow me to introduce myself. I am Isaac. I am the one who saved you. Now, it is your turn. Who are you?"
She kind of looked down and off to the side. Thank you, first of all. Thank you. Who I am is a little complicated. I'm not sure you want to know, frankly.
He kind of nods his head and says, "Well, from your garb and your equipment, I gather you are from Alkenstar."
That's right.
So, I must ask you, was it boldness that led you through the desert, or was it desperation?
Those are the two options in the ladder.
Then I assume you were exiled.
That's a hell of a leap.
Isaac kind of shakes his head and says, "It is not a leap at all." He kind of puts a hand to his chest and says, "I once was from Alkenstar as well. Though as you can see, I no longer am.
What part?
He kind of shakes his head again and says, "There were many places I called home, and not just Alkenstar. There was no particular part that I called home.
I got one question. Are you smoke side or sky side?
He sort of like nods his head, like yeah, this makes
Understanding the gist of the question.
Yeah, he says.
Yeah.
He holds out his charm, and it's the same charm I've described already. It is a silver charm with the like a spiraling comet in the center of it. And he says, I was once a priest of Pharasma. There was a church in Alkenstar that I used to call home. It was in the most miserable part of the city.
Then you're my kind of people. Hard to be a holy man in that city. You got exiled?
He kind of looks off to the side and says, it is a painful memory, not one I often wish to relive.
I can't shame you that. Mine's as you have correctly surmised, a little bit more recent, so I understand. Well, you said your name's Isaac.
He just kind of nods his head once.
You should know that you've got a convicted criminal here in your midst. You all right with that?
He sort of just like shrugs and says, the only crime that I know you are convicted of is being caught in the monostorms.
Well,
it is a different kind of law we hold ourselves to out in the wasteland. We are the tribalists. We are those who have no family, who have lost their history, who have been left behind to pick up all the pieces.
You go around helping everybody you find lying in a ditch?
As many as they are still breathing.
So what you want in return for it?
He sort of like shakes his head and says, I do not understand your question.
Ain't nothing in this life free. I don't care what law you go by.
Around this point, Adros, you kind of come back to the tent with some food and some water. And he kind of Adros, you kind of come in and you kind of set the food and water down. And Isaac kind of looks over to you, Adros, and goes, thank you, Adros. Adros, remind me, what exactly are we paying you for your services here?
Well, I suppose food and board, the community, is that payment? He like sort of like plucks on his finger. Well, sometimes people give me an extra ration. I try to refuse, but then they keep being so insistent. And
the corner of Anne's mouth pulls in. It's about as close to a big smile you get out of her.
I suppose one very kind fellow passed me a nice comb for Jezebel. It was good.
Then Isaac kind of looks back at you and goes, well, I suppose if you wish to make this transactional, then I would like to know your name.
There's a complicated question, because the one I was born with is on a death certificate back there in Alkenstar. Filed and everything.
I'm trying hard to not say I didn't ask.
I think she would just like see the hesitation, like the maybe I'm assuming kind of a like frustrated.
Yeah, Isaac doesn't even really move. Like he doesn't even really react. He just sits there like waiting.
You can call me Ina.
Say that once again.
Ina. I-N-A.
I-N.
You can call me Ina.
All right. I'm going. I know. Obviously, this is not your real name. I'm going to be rolling a secret deception check for you.
Okay. I'm good with that. Do you want me to? Is that a counter roll? Like, do you want me to roll deception against? How do you want to do this?
You are going to be rolling perception against his perception DC, or your deception against his perception DC. And
okay.
I'll be rolling your deception for you.
Oh, understood. Okay. Yeah. It's probably for the best. Knowing my luck.
No.
What?
Don't put that juju on me. I don't need it. I've already got it.
It would be par for the course.
It would be 100%.
It's like that one would just be like, we could see the name written on your coat.
Yeah. I mean, she hasn't lied technically. She said, the one I was born with is on a death certificate. You can call me Ina. She hasn't lied. She hasn't specifically said her name is Ina.
You are withholding the information.
Yes. Oh, 100%. Yeah. No, I'm not challenging that in any way.
DBA doing business as.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's your pen name.
All right. Let's look at your deception. You have a +4.
Mm-hmm.
Also, by the way, everyone gets a hero point. In addition to the one you already got at the beginning of the session, so everyone has 2 hero points now.
Woo.
Okay. Isaac, sort of sits there for a moment. He doesn't say anything for like a full like 10 or 15 seconds. And he just says, "Very well, Ina. If you wish to repay the kindness we have shown you, then there is an endless amount of work we can offer you in the camp."
I can do work.
And I can assure you no one is going to ask any further about your past, or any sort of criminality you may have had in your previous life.
That is actually reassuring. I appreciate it. I don't intend any harm here, for the record.
I would expect not. He just kind of says, like, matter-of-factly. Not even really, like, rudely, but just, like...
Yeah.
Like, yeah. No, you're not.
You better come. Yeah. I think she'd reach toward the food, because she's probably quite hungry and quite aware of that.
Isaac, says... Well, then I will be leaving you here with the good doctor. And in the morning, we will discuss the duties you will carry out.
All right. Thank you.
She
just looked to Adros.
Yeah. As he leaves, he shakes his head and says, "No thanks are necessary." And he leaves. All right. Adros?
So what's your story?
I am a doctor. I wandered upon their camp and, well, there's no shortage of scrapes, bruises, heat stroke. Sometimes people step on an errant nail.
You just go wandering about the desert?
Oh no, I'm headed to Quantium.
Ugh.
It does amazing libraries.
It does.
Probably for some magic shit, huh?
Yes, but it also has. I've read this wonderful book about it is a species of bird. I cannot remember. It is a albatross.
She's just watching you and eating slowly. Can she see Jezebel?
Most definitely. That Jezebel is preening, sort of like, kind of pestering at Adros to like give me a treat, give me, a very faint voice, almost rasp out. Treat in sort of a half mimicry tone.
And would visibly recoil a little bit, like
as Adros will like take probably a piece of small kibble or bread out and give it to Jezebel, who, to give context to everyone who does not know, as I will read directly from the document. Crawling along the shawl of his shoulders is a wretched thing, the forelimbs of a bat, the back legs of an ocelot, small, primate-like hands, and the head of a raven. Fur and feather dance in a perfect yet chaotic harmony, as this chimeric thing preens and pesters the man.
I have a question for you.
Hit me.
Do you want me to roleplay as your familiar?
Only if you truly wish to. I'm very fine with it literally just being a small animal at the end of the day.
I am very happy being a little idiot. Trust me.
Okay, so do as you wish. Just
Little
know,
idiots are fun.
typical little idiot behavior. Like one of those very spoiled cats.
Yeah, Jezebel, after you give her a treat, she just kind of like starts pecking at it and goes, yum, yum.
Anne's just as far against the tent as she can be. Just like
are you allergic? She should be hyperallergenic.
allergic to what exactly?
Ocelot, well, the spider monkey, fruit bats, or birds. Any of those?
Not that I'm aware of.
Oh, then why are you so far away? You really should not be moving too much. It could be dangerous for your spleen.
You just keep your little over there. She's just like she's freaked out, but she's really not, like, she doesn't want to show that she's freaked out. So she's trying to do like the stone face as much as possible.
Yeah, Jezebel has like finished her treat and is now like sitting up on her back legs and is like tilts her like raven head towards you, Anne, and just goes, yum.
Don't you look at me like that. You look at your food.
Oh, she likes you.
Oh fuck.
Sort of like Adris will gently scratch under, her chin, such,
She purrs.
It purrs?
Well, yes.
All right.
A large facet of her body is also.
All right. We ain't got nothing like that in Alkenstar. I'll tell you what.
Do you not have cats now? Good start.
Certainly not ones that look like that.
Oh, Skrub, I wanted to ask, would Adros recognize the uniform that Ina is wearing?
Roll a society check.
You got it.
The DC is going to be 18.
You got it. I'm so happy I'm trained in that. Let's see. Doesn't matter.
What did you roll?
You have a hero point.
Oh no, buddy.
You know what? Fuck it. Let's use it. This is gonna be funny.
Alright.
So, sorry, let me hear. Fuck. There we go. And, sorry, how do I reroll with the hero point again?
Right click on the check in the text box, like in the chat.
Oh, there we
and
go.
You can hit
reroll using a hero point. 19.
That'll be a success. You've probably been like kind of pondering her like unique garb for a little while now. and you finally notice there is like stashed in a like sort of like bag, like sort of like at the foot of her cot. You see there is a like what looks like a shining badge, and it appears to be a badge that you recognize might be a part of the Shield Marshal uniform of Alkenstar, the law enforcement of Alkenstar.
I suppose, like, Adros, upon realizing that, will sort of look at the, like, actually somewhat visibly look at the bag again. Were you one of the, what are they called? Pauldron Knights? No, that's not the right word.
Anne's amused by you trying, so she's just gonna let you for a minute.
Breastplate sheriffs? Breastplate sheriff.
Keep trying.
I know the word.
You seem like a book top. You'll get there.
Shield Marshal.
There you go.
Interesting.
Yeah. I served for 8 years. I swear to God, I'm gonna kill this air conditioner. I'm sorry, y'all.
It adds character.
I hate it so much.
Sound Jezebel makes sometimes.
It comes from the look. It comes from the ocelot part. Okay.
I love that so much. I served for 7 years. Would Anne recognize anything that Adros is wearing?
I mean, he's wearing the symbol of a doctor on his hip, at least.
Yeah.
Like probably like a red cross of some sort, you know, or a caduceus staff, whatever it's called.
I don't think that's going to meet the DC.
No. Yeah, I don't think so.
I will say that you note that his clothes are unique, that they look like a uniform of some kind. But you're not familiar with a lot of like the clades and creeds and sort of factions throughout Nex. That is something that you hope to rectify, though.
So where did you serve?
Oh, I'm sorry, I have not given a full introduction. I am Adros of Icarus.
Icarus.
Medic 2nd class.
All right. What does that mean exactly for medic service?
That means I was still within the shaping process of the Ikonosi military.
Is that like training?
Yes, that would be the term.
Ah. So you're a boot.
No, I am a person.
You don't say.
What did this bootsy speak of?
Darling, it's a trunk. It's someone's trunk.
All right, I ain't gonna argue that.
All right. I'll say that you guys spend the night kind of like chatting away, sort of like talking a little bit before Adros kind of goes for the night to let Anne rest, or Ina rest. You guys sort of like, exchange pleasantries and some basic information, but not like, I'm sure both of you are not exactly intending to like share any like deep information with each other. Just like, talk about like, yeah, I, was doing this and this is what happened to me, or, shit like that. What happened up until now.
Introductions.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Because Adros came in after Isaac called her on being exiled, right?
Yes.
Like I don't know how much of that Adros actually heard. I don't think much, but
yeah,
probably only the final bits.
Yeah. Okay.
The life in the sort of camp is honestly not all that much different from like the slums of Alkenstar. There are a lot of like needy people who need, like, various things. Although you do feel like a very strong sense of community here, Anne, which is not exactly foreign to you. Like, you know what community's like, but it's like it feels endemic throughout the whole camp, not just like a part of it. Although there is like a sense of like some separation between groups of people. You've not quite figured out exactly the dynamics here, but you do like some odd jobs here and there. And then go ahead.
She'd be careful with her leg. Just that she'd probably honestly use her gun as a cane because it's long enough for her to do that. So just moving around the camp, she would just kind of use that to walk around on, put it on her back whenever she's standing or sitting in one place.
Okay. Yeah. You're just kind of like doing odd jobs. Mostly, it's like, it's a lot of it's like, kind of like hanging stuff up to dry, like after doing like people doing laundry in the oasis, or with water that they have like magically like sort of summoned, or people doing like needing help packing up tents, or helping people who are, because another thing as well is at the camps there's people coming in constantly as well. There's caravans coming in every other day of people who come in and are setting up tents. And like sort of placing down like their stuff, so you're also kind of helping with some of that as they're coming in. So you're kind
anytime
of...
she sees, oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Anytime she sees somebody cast magic, she jumps a little, flinches, because that they didn't do that where she came from, not lightly.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think the magic thing would be very strange for her.
Yeah, you definitely get the sense that its magic is a much more like common, regular utility up here than it was in Alkenstar. Alkenstar, it was dangerous, but it doesn't seem like there's any like whorls or well springs up here. So after a while, you still kind of like jump a little bit, like it's still kind of like alarming to you, but it's it's something to get used to.
Yeah.
But the more people that come in, the more like different kinds of people you see. You see several groups of flesh warps, lots of flesh warp people around the camp. People that you sort of like kind of probably take an extra like a few seconds to stare at because they're just strange. Some may have like an extra arm that is growing in a place where they really shouldn't, or they have like an eyeball like coming out of the ear, or are extra like their arms are like super long, like unusually long. Just strange like mutations like that. But despite how just like strange they look, they don't feel like they're strange people in any way. Like they just seem like people to you. After you like, get over like the initial like looking at them, you talk to them or they ask you for help, they just seem like normal people.
Yeah, which is good, because Alkenstar was not friendly to anybody that they considered mutant, which was flesh warped a lot of the time that were near the walls.
Yeah, the flesh warped people, they were not treated very kindly. And the monostorms are very often, rightfully, like feared in Alkenstar as well. You also see lots of like Colo people. There's like a couple of like groups of like bands of people Colo that are like kind of banded together. They are also strange to you because a lot of them have like bones and like sort of like tied to their like clothing or woven into their jewelry, or they just carry like bones around with them wherever they go. And there's also lots of like handfuls of catfolk that are wielding like huge weapons, as well as like various like ranged weapons, not guns or anything like what you would have, but more like large like atlatls or spears that are like meant for throwing, or like large bows and things like that. Some even wield crossbows. You see there are like Dromar and orcs as well among the camp. They tend to stay around like the outer limits of the camp whenever they can. I don't know if there's any like real reason for that. It's just that's just kind of like how they've decided where they want to be. But there's been it's a few days of this. It's like 4 or 5 days of like doing this kind of work. Your knee is starting to feel a lot better. That you can like walk on it normally. You just can't quite like run on it or anything like that. But you're able to walk normally by now. And then there is another caravan that comes in, and you are obviously the first person to go over to see if they need help, because this is what you've been doing for a while now. And you notice there are some strange individuals aboard this one. A couple of like kinds of people you've never seen before. A couple of people that look like they are plant people, to say it briefly. They have like strands of like willowy like green hair that hangs down to like their shoulder. The other one's hair looks like sort of like braided thorns. And you see as well with them another Colo, who is a bit diminutive in size. She's a lot smaller than the other Colo you've seen. And then there is a catfolk amongst them as well as a sort of more formal-looking pair, a woman and a man. I believe you can tell that the woman has elvish features. And there, I'm going to take a break. We're going to take a little break. I'm sure you guys are getting at kind of picking out what we're getting at here.
No.
We're not at all.
These are just some strange people who are completely unrelated.
Some fucking weirdos show up.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, that's probably the most accurate description you've done up till now.
Yeah, pretty much.
There's some shufflefucks in Kentucky.
Yeah. So I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna go take a lap, I think, and grab me refill my drinks and stuff like that.
Everyone, please remember to have food, drink, stretch.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah.
Take a bio break, and we'll be back when, Scrub?
In like a few minutes. I don't know. Whenever I get back.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
And I'm leaving the chat to you guys.
That was a bad idea.
That's kind of
Terrible
different
idea,
choices.
actually.
Choices were made.
Okay, just remember that. No,
Alright, Chad,
I'm gonna quickly run as well and go use the restroom. I'll be back.
Sounds
Yeah,
good.
So
Chad,
hi,
how are we doing?
Scott.
I'll be back.
How's
How are we
it
doing?
going?
Fern, I just saw your note a full, like, probably 20 minutes later. Jesus Christ.
Well, that's what happens when you're role playing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the fact that you were responding to me at all, I thought was kind of a miracle.
Oh my gosh.
Hello, Liz. Hello, Violet. Hi, Sense.
Sensory. Adros says A cap.
Just wake up.
I mean, they ain't wrong, technically.
We're having a great time. Liz, I miss you too. I just got a new job. We'll figure out a time to hang out. I promise.
Good to see you, Stone Cap. How's it going?
Hello, Stone.
Oh, man.
Fun fact, Liz is actually local to me. I think that's awesome.
It is, absolutely. Oh, my God. Crow.
Oh my God, Crow.
Adros is such an innocent bean.
It's not going to last much longer.
No, but it's wonderful. It's
Wait, are we
great.
the only two left?
I think we're the only two that stayed.
Oh no!
The real bad choices were made. Y'all.
Really bad choices were made.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Just watch. We're gonna throw him into the boot at some point.
Did you get that reference? I'm wondering if that reference was too obscure.
No, I got it.
Okay, I'm glad. I was like, I don't think it's too obscure.
But this is the thing. If I got it, that doesn't mean it's not too obscure.
Yeah, that's fair.
I have a lot
That's
of
fair.
reference points.
Yeah, for anybody that maybe didn't or is questioning it, I'm thinking about like in modern real life military. If you're a boot, you're relatively new to the military, only served a couple of years or so.
Like camp.
Yeah. To whoever your trainer is, you will always be a boot. It doesn't matter how far you advance.
Just like your parents, except they scream at you. Actually, they don't do that anymore.
I don't know if that's true in the Marines anyway, but
No, Marines is different.
yeah, I was like, I don't know if that's true.
The Marines are the Marines.
Yeah, but that's what I was thinking of. Oh man, that was so funny.
Thank you.
Jezebel's so funny, dude.
I love this. And she makes air conditioner noises.
Oh my god.
You know, an absolute little freak.
Literally.
She's great. How big is she? Is she more bat sized or more ocelot sized?
About the size of a large ocelot.
There's
Okay.
an ocelot
You know,
along the
Pink.
stair.
Yeah. You know, probably those wings are from one of those much larger species of fruit bat.
Oh yeah.
Not like,
Yeah.
the human-sized ones, but, big.
There.
Okay.
Big enough to, steal
wait.
a couple apples.
Sorry, for a minute you said human size, and my brain
Yeah,
went to
there's-
human size ocelot?
Oh, no, there are human-sized fruit bats, yeah.
No, I know there are. It's just I went human size ocelot. What the fuck?
I mean, it's just a big cat.
Yeah, those do exist. They're called cheetahs.
Yes. Have you
Yeah,
ever heard
actually.
a cheetah purr?
It's
so
amazing.
huge. They're so
They're
great.
just huge cats, and they're so cute.
I still can't get over the fact that cheetahs need therapy dogs.
I know. Oh my god,
Yeah,
I'm so
in-
nervous and anxious.
Yeah, in zoos they give like each cheetah like here's your designated dog buddy.
I didn't know that.
Puppy. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're usually like either golden retrievers or one of the other kinds of dogs that can be trained to pick up on the scent cues.
Okay.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
But they need a buddy. They need an
Yeah.
anxiety buddy.
It is the
That's
ultimate
precious.
form of like the golden retriever and the black cat, but this time it's a cat that can kill you and outrun you at any
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah, at any time.
When he's not anxious.
Oh my gosh.
I've only met this golden retriever for a few minutes, but if anything were to happen,
I would kill
Yeah.
everyone. Kill all of you.
It would be over.
you'll be over, man.
All over.
Be over.
It'll be all over, man. Game over.
They having all fine.
They have anxiety.
anxiety.
Vine
Oh
is
my
right.
Yeah. A lot of animals have very deep, heavy anxieties, like fish.
My
Fish.
anxiety.
At
I
least we're not
didn't
the only
realize
ones.
fish were had large enough brains to feel anxiety. I'll keep it real.
Yeah.
Well, if you scare them long enough, they die from anxiety. So,
Damn. Fucking
Yeah.
I feel
Yeah,
like
I know.
anything with a survival instinct technically has anxiety.
Yeah, fair.
Now I'm wondering if crows have anxiety because they have the intelligence of a 7-year-old.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, probably.
would have to, I would
yeah,
think.
the fucking anxiety's pretty harsh, man.
Yeah.
I've never thought about this before, and I'm not sure I want to keep thinking about it.
Hey.
I have enough anxiety for like
Do
8
crows have
crows.
anxiety?
these scarecrows are watching me, man.
Oh no.
I can't get the cord, man.
Watching crows use tools is phenomenally interesting.
It really is.
Like when they pick up rocks and yeah. hit
Or
stuff.
when they leave something in the middle of the road to drive
cars
over to
crush
open
it.
it.
Yeah,
and
it's
crush
smart.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sensory, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's a local
God.
crow, I can tell you.
Yeah.
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 Sucks.
Hey, crow, do you have anxiety?
Yeah.
We're all artists. What are you talking about?
You know me. Okay? I don't even have to talk. If you talk to me for 5 minutes, it's obvious.
Uh,
Oh my God.
I'm
That's great.
How are we feeling, gang?
We were
great.
just talking about anxiety.
Yeah?
What a wonderful conversation.
Particular reason or just for fun?
So we
Just
were
for fun.
okay. No, I can trace this. We started
Okay.
off with talking about crows familiar, then it went to cats, then he mentioned cheetahs, then from cheetahs it went to how cheetahs have therapy puppies, then it went from therapy puppies to anxiety, and from there it went to things like, how do crows have anxiety? They have it until a 7-year-old. And that's kind of where you came back.
Okay. Thank you for the
Well
play-by-play.
done. Well done. Very well done.
Thank you. I'm good for something.
Welcome to the somewhat structure of our minds where you think.
Hey.
Yeah.
As long as we can backtrack to how we got where we are, I think that's a
The number of times, like that's, you have to do that all the time, every day. Like, hold on, wait, how did we get here? Circle
How
back.
did I get here?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite things whenever I come back to conversations like, what has happened?
I have to consistently like try to figure out where my husband was in a conversation when I interrupted him. So I've gotten very good at remembering how did we get here?
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, it's if my mind drifts accidentally in the middle of a conversation, which I hate, but it happens. I have to like, okay, see if I can trace back and find whatever the dot I missed.
It's
It's
superpower.
It's like a scene. It's like a scene from Always Sunny where he's just like, they're all connected, man. Just trying to draw back to Discord conversation.
Yeah.
Oh man.
All right.
Here goes Jezebel.
And now we come back full circle.
All right. Back to the game screen.
Yeah.
You got it.
Hello, everyone. I know you guys have basically just been looking at the map of Nex for a while, and I apologize. Here, I'll do some fun.
It's a very pretty map.
Well, it's a very great
Oh,
map.
look at this. Oh, hey, remember
high
this?
quality
Remember
map.
this?
Oh.
Quantium. You remember Quantium?
Ooh,
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Oh, here's
Uh-huh.
here's the
Hey,
other
I know
part of
that
Quantium.
place.
Ain't that cool?
oh.
Bright
Oh, I know this
Quantium.
place.
All right,
Am I
now
the
back
only
to the
one?
I
desert.
would love. I would love.
Aww.
Yay, my home.
That was such
Refreshing it because I couldn't see.
Yeah, I didn't move the screen for you guys. I just moved it for the stream.
Aww.
You guys just get the desert. I'm sorry.
But we were on the just chatting screen.
Yes.
Yeah.
We didn't see it.
Desert baby.
Sorry to quote them. I see nothing.
I see
Nothing.
nothing.
No
Oh my
such-
god.
All right.
There we go.
All right. You three.
Eh.
Daphne, Laverna, and Veter. You guys hopped onto a caravan, like a small wagon train, of a couple of wagons, and you guys headed for the heart of the desert. It was a few days' journey on the wagons. A lot quicker than on foot. So the few days you guys were on the wagons, you guys were just kind of like went through the same routines of just like having your meals together, loading up, getting back on the wagon, sitting for like a couple hours at a time, stopping, resting the horses and the riding lizards, and then kind of doing that cycle over and over again. Although it was easiest to travel at night as it wasn't as oppressively hot. So at night, you guys mostly just ate your meal, or during the day, you guys mostly just ate your meals and sort of rested. And at night, you did most of your traveling. Let's see. What do you guys, what kind of like, trying to think of a good way to phrase this. How do you guys think your characters would feel about this kind of like odd arrangement of just kind of going towards the desert? It's not really odd, it's just like it's just like the process of being with these people who you don't really know very well. Do you guys think you would be like eager to introduce yourselves to each other along on the wagon train and talk about each other, talk about their past and stuff like that? Or do you think you'd be like, all right, we'll just like hang out, sort of like chit chat, kind of like friendly like, and then, kind of go about the day normally?
Laverna would definitely just not. She'll interact if she needs to, but for the most part, she's in like protector mode because she's used to traveling like this, especially at night.
Mm-hmm.
For a reader, he's just saying this, well, since our Andromeda's declines, why would I care much? You're going to be gone in a few days. He would mainly just slightly be in the outskirts of the camp, looking out into the desert to see, like, more of like the job of him, like, protecting the group, because he's the one that knows that that's more. It's like, all right, any weird monsters out here or anything that these chucklefucks will accidentally attract. But most of the time it's just mainly quiet. If anything, the only person who'll probably have the most conversation with is Briar. But that's only if Briar approaches him.
Yeah, Briar probably comes to talk to you a couple times. I imagine Briar is the more of the type to actually kind of schmooze with other people.
Yeah.
I imagine especially Briar probably has a lot of interactions with you, Daphne.
Yeah, I was waiting to see what they said, because Daphne is one of those sort of social chameleons, out of, necessity. So depending on what everybody else is doing would depend on how much she's interacting. She's definitely keeping an eye on everybody to try to get feels for individual and group dynamics. But she will talk if people want to talk.
Yeah, Daphne,
especially
why don't you give me a perception check?
Okay.
A secret perception check. This will be kind of like a sense motive of the group.
Trying to find my character sheet. There is my character sheet. Sorry, I'm still getting used to it. Secret. Sorry, secret what again?
A secret perception. It'll be on the banner on the left side.
And feats or proficiencies?
On the left side of your sheet, there is the whole banner that has all your stats.
Oh, I see it.
Perception is under there.
How do I do it secret again? I'm sorry, guys.
It's the one with the little eye.
Click on the eyeball.
Blind.
Icon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You expect to. Oh, there it goes. I see it.
Yeah.
Blind roll GM.
Yes.
Rolling.
Okay. Daphne, you kind of vibe check the whole caravan here, and you have plenty of time to do a thorough vibe check. Obviously, a Narian is a Narian. You know him very familiarly. There are sort of the two most unapproachable people here might be the catfolk Laverna and the Goran Veeder. Not because they're hostile or aggressive or any sense like that. It just seems like they are in work mode, they are kind of locked in. So you are kind of hesitant to approach them or kind of interact with them too much, because you fear that they might break their focus and would be upset with that kind of interaction. So you're kind of hedging your bets that, well, if we have further if we have the best chance I could talk to them would be maybe around meals or whenever we finally get to our destination where things can relax a little. So you're kind of you're waiting for your opportunity,
Yes.
Then there is the next person who's probably the least approachable. Not really least approachable. It's just they are very shy. Praise for the Wasteland, the Colo girl that is traveling along with you. She's not not at all anyone you would think would be intimidating or upset or anything like that. It's just that she seems very shy and withdrawn and might not do well with an extended conversation. At least not very well enough to get you any information of any kind. However, Briar, the Goran, who seems to be a little more diplomatic, seems a much more like the people you are used to interacting with. He's sort of like very like, you know, taking in the sights of the desert and kind of talking out loud to the party, just like normal, like just like the group is like, as if they're all listening, kind of like explaining. Like he talks a lot about like how he hopes to like just like grand ideals and like hoping to like assist the Gorons and make Nex a better place, and things like that. You sense like he's somewhat of a like more like benevolent individual, someone who's trying to like make a change, but very clearly you don't think they quite understand how the political game works. They might be a bit inexperienced.
I was hoping that's exactly what you were going to say, because that would be an interesting conversation point for them. Exactly how do you see this ending?
Briar kind of looks at you, goes, "I'm sorry. How do I see what ending?"
Well, the negotiation.
I'm not sure exactly. I can't really speculate how exactly it would end, but I can tell you what I would like to happen.
Please.
Well, I would like the Council of 3 and 9 to take the Gorons a little more seriously. I'm not sure if you knew, but the roads through Nex, they're called the Circulation, and the topmost artery of this circulation between Onipian and Quantium, Onipian being the sort of economic backbone of Nex, and Quantium, of course, like the metropolitan paradise you saw yourself. The Gorons have actually been doing a real well job of trying to recultivate the wildlife and flora there along that road, and they're actually making headway there. So I would hope that the Council of 3 and 9 would see how valuable my people are and would offer some better securities for them, and even encourage the work they're doing, somehow, compensate them for their efforts.
Which they're not currently doing, if I am to understand correctly.
No, they're not currently compensating us, at least not very well. It's... The way it kind of works is that the Gorons that are doing the recultivating, it's almost like to them, almost like a duty that they've trying to fulfill. I want my people to have a bit more of a pride in, their sort of role in reforming Nex and rebuilding it, as it were.
My only concern with that is that negotiations aren't the sort of thing where you get some nothing. I'm not saying that you all are doing nothing. It sounds as if you're doing quite a bit, but it also depends on how the other person in negotiations views it.
Well, that's exactly why I hope we can tag along with this, with this band here. I'm hoping that with some sort of greasing of the wheels along the representatives here, along the Manymen, that maybe we can find a way in, put our foot in the doorway.
It is always better to go in with a bit of a coalition than on your own.
Exactly.
I believe there may be a way forward. There will definitely be a way forward for this. It's just going to be a matter of slipping it in at the correct time, if that makes sense.
He goes, he kind of like, you talk about a little bit more about this, and he goes, say, I never asked you exactly, what kind of diplomatic work are you into? What are you representing?
Pardon me. Honestly, I came into this sort of by accident. I don't represent any group, but I am assisting, and she will indicate, I'm blanking on names. I'm sorry.
Describe them.
Of this, Shailene's character and her counterpart.
Laverna and Praise for the Wasteland?
Miss Laverna and Miss Praise in their attempt. Honestly, I was just in the right place at the right time.
Ah, well, I know that luck does play a big factor in a lot of things, so I'm not too entirely surprised, I suppose.
Wise words and truthful. You never know what might work in your favor or where you may be when it strikes. But as far as where I'm from, I am a Magambia.
He kind of perks up and goes, "Oh, the Magambia Magical Institute. Wow, I never expected a place of such esteem would have an interest in the wasteland.
You, again, never know what might turn up. We have scholars from all over who have a quite varied area of interest. And occasionally they'll send someone out to go and inquire. Thus, here I am.
So what is the interest you're inquiring about?
Ancient technologies, believe it or not. My family is very, very in well, they're magical researchers. So advanced the ancient civilizations and their technology, where our interests lie.
He kind of puts like a thoughtful finger up to his like mouth and goes, So let me ask you, who are you representing? The Magambia or your family?
My family. As I said, I don't represent any individual governmental group.
Well, from what I understand, the Magambia isn't a governmental group. It's an educational institution.
She just winks.
He just kind of like makes like a face like, what?
She chuckles at that and tilts her head, and almost like she doesn't have like just like it's a big joke, says, wouldn't you say that a group of universities does sort of count as its own independent pseudo-governmental structure? If you saw the red tape that you have to go through to get anything funded, you would agree.
Make a diplomacy check.
Sure.
To kind of wow him with like the buzzwords.
Can I say, like, if Viter's close by listening and he's just like chuckling to himself of how dumbfounded you sound?
Yeah, Viter, you can definitely tell Viter that Briar's like trying to like immerse himself, but he's like a little in over his head.
Yeah, it's just like a little dumb.
I think I got an 8. What the heck?
That was a perception check. I want you to roll diplomacy.
Oh, I thought I clicked diplomacy. Why is it not doing this? Oh, there we go. Hold on. Do we have it right now? Yeah, there we go. Got it. Okay, that's better. 17.
There you go.
Hell yeah.
Well, you've only got a +4 in diplomacy.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Okay. Well, that succeeds. He just kind of like nods his head, like thought-provokingly, like, "Oh yeah, I see. Yeah, I guess you could say that." Like he's very clearly like overwhelmed by like all of the like jargon you threw at him. And he's like trying to like understand it all. He's
that
like,
might have been the
okay.
point.
Okay. Well, either way, it's always the more the merrier, of course. It's always nice to have more diplomatic-minded people to talk to. My friend Viter, well, like talking to a bit of a stump, really.
She chuckles and shakes her head a little. It's like, I wouldn't say that. He's very focused on what he's doing right now. In a place like this, you never know who might just jump out at you.
Yeah, he nods, and he kind of like, there's a moment where like his sort of like charismatic demeanor kind of like sort of cracks into like a more genuine like smile, and he goes, yeah, no, he's done a lot for me. I definitely owe him a lot.
It's very nice to see that sort of camaraderie, especially out here.
Well, I believe I'm going to take a lap.
I'll talk to you later then.
She just like waves goodbye with a smile and walks off, and that's basically the gist of like every conversation you have with him from here on out. A lot of like sort of yapping and jargon, and him kind of like trying to like learn something from you.
She'll definitely drop it enough that he can learn something, but not enough that he starts asking about her specifically.
Yeah, you also get the idea that like he sort of like jibs and jabs at like Viter and like how like, you know, unpolitically minded he is, but you do get the sense that Briar does have like a sort of innate appreciation and like care for his friend.
At any point, do I realize that Vider's listening?
Make a perception check.
I would like to, thank you.
I like to find out just during the time I'll occasionally like listening in. Y'all ever heard of those like wood frog instruments where you like roll a piece of log over?
Oh
like,
yes, I love those.
He does that with his finger.
25?
Like, not doing anything.
Yeah. Also, just for everyone here, whenever I say a perception check, I do mean a secret perception check every time.
Oh
for
shit!
perception
I'll
check.
do it again. I'm
No,
sorry.
you're okay. We'll keep that one. Because otherwise, I was going to just use your other one anyway, which was pretty high.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, you do like you notice that once you're like kind of like once like Briar is like talking to like anyone, like going in depth and talking about anyone, and especially when you hear Vider's name while Briar's talking, you definitely like notice that like Vider starts to like loom a little closer on his like patrols towards where Briar's at.
At one point, if that's the case, she'll just kind of glance sideways and nod at him before turning right back to the conversation as if nothing happened.
Vider, you've been found out.
Fuck. Fuck. My introverted self didn't work this time. Rats. The classic introvert of blending to the crowd did not work.
Quick, plant your stuff like a tree. Wait.
Quick, T-pose if you tree. I am tree.
I am Groot.
I am Groot. I guess at this point, Vader just acknowledges like, "Fuck, I've been caught." It's just like, anytime you like, he noticed that you caught him looking, he just looks away, just like, does the whole like whistling. Oh, I'm not looking at anything. play with
I
my.
didn't look at you. What are you talking about?
Yeah, just like play with his like finger, like the frog, just like.
Yeah.
Aw, that's adorable.
It's like I'm not doing anything.
All right. Yeah, so just the trip in general is quite quiet. You guys are like on the inside of the artery, so there's no like real threat of any like flesh beasts or any like magical monsters attacking you guys. Although Vider, you specifically are like, and also you Laverna as well, because you're also like kind of keeping an eye out. You're looking like along the horizon to see if you see any like smoke rising from like the horizon lines at any points. And if there are, you advise like the caravan to avoid them. Because the one threat that you do have out here are various bandits. And there are not exactly a lack of them out here. The midst of the wasteland between the cities is quite lawless. There are no end to the amount of desperate people who live outside the walls of the cities. And this is just a reality of sort of the way things are. But you guys are able to like navigate towards the camp pretty safely, and once you guys get to the camp, you are approached by a woman wearing sort of like these leathers and wearing this sort of like very identifiable looking hat. She has like a large like you're not exactly sure what it is. It's not exactly a common sight, but you get the sense that it's some kind of weapon that she has strapped like sort of like around her her shoulder as she approaches you guys. And this is.
What's your business?
Briar sort of steps up and goes,
I was about to say.
She's like looking at
Who is the conversation with?
yeah,
Laverna would have been at
Technically
the
me,
back.
but this isn't my place.
Laverna's at the back. Briar's probably like setting up with the driver, and he kind of like waves at you, at you, Anne or Ina, and he goes, greetings. We're just part of the caravan. We're trying to join up with the main group. And
main group of what?
the Manymen, and you see the Colo girl kind of poke her head up from like the back of the wagon, and she goes, "Isaac's expecting us."
Ah, all right. Well, come on toward the center. And then Anne will sort of walk behind the group to to just check and see if she sees anything dangerous about them, see if they're bandits, incognito. But she's not, I'm assuming, getting any sort of red flags at the moment.
No red flags at all.
Yeah.
It's a strange bunch of individuals sort of like together. A lot of the wagons you've seen have been like kind of like one kind of people or one or two kinds. This is a mixed group, which is not exactly like not like rare here, but it is like, it's unique. But you kind of like shuttle them in, and you guys kind of like find a spot towards the center of the camp, and they start to people from the camp start kind of converging on the cart and start helping unpack stuff, and Praise starts to like talk to some of them, and talks to like a couple of them in I think it's a language none of you guys know. No. Yeah, none of you guys know this language. She's speaking to like other Colo, so you imagine it's a Colo language. And she's kind of like making gestures like here and there. And they're kind of like nodding, like just like affirmation. And they start unpacking stuff, and a couple people come up to you and go like, kind of explain to you the gist of like how they want to unpack the stuff. They're going to set it up kind of like close to where Isaac's tent is.
Okay, and she'll just start helping them.
Yeah. Let's see. Vitor, you notice Briar is kind of like, sort of like excitedly just kind of like walking around, like looking around at all the people here. You get worried as he's like kind of like getting deep amongst like all the tents and stuff.
Oh, brother in Christ. I guess Vitor goes up to him and is like, "You seem excited."
Yeah, he just kind of like gestures and like, it's so wonderful. Look at all this, Vitor. It's all like a melting pot of different kinds of people, tribes, and different ken and clade. It's wonderful.
I still don't understand how you enjoy this.
He just kind of like holds his hand out and goes, I want you to do something. Vitor, stop and listen.
He just rolls his eyes. It's like, fine.
You kind of listen, and you hear like, actually, roll a perception check. We'll do this. Roll a perception check. We'll see if you actually hear anything interesting or not.
Okay. Roll.
Okay. You hear like a sort of an orchestra of different voices speaking different languages. Some you understand, some you do not. They all kind of blend together in like this beautiful like harmony of just like a crowd. It's not like quite like the crowd at Quantum, where it's like very cacophonous and loud, and there's a lot of like magic sort of punctuating sentences and things like that. It's very like natural, very genuine. You feel this sort of just like community here, where you hear like children laughing and playing, mothers sort of scolding children, old like friends sort of sitting and laughing, talking amongst themselves, gossiping, sort of like young men and women who are sort of like chit-chatting and doing laundry, or just going about their business. You hear the sounds of life out here in this camp. Sort of like but you also hear on top of that the sound of like the wind, the desert wind, which in your experience has been like almost life-threatening at times. as the winds sort of whisk away the hydration of the body. And, exposure out here in the wasteland is dangerous of any kind. And to you, I think there is like a kind of like a connection of like how there can be so much sort of like so many livelihoods out here in the wasteland, like the lives that are at stake here.
I guess he like Vito just like tries to consume what he's hearing, what he's feeling of like there is joy, but still in the back of his head, like there are still dangers out here of, as you say, the dangers of the wasteland. And I guess he's just like a mixed feeling of like he wants to feel a little bit of like, oh, this is a nice place too. Oh fuck, these people are very much still in like a dangerous place. So it's like a mix of like want to relax but can't relax and want to relax. It's like that weird like meld.
Yeah, once you're kind of processing all that, like those thoughts, Briar goes, now, tell me, do you remember why we're here?
Yes, I remember.
And nods.
Kill the people.
Yes, we're here to escort these people. We're here to protect them. I don't think I need to explain to you how important that duty is.
Yes, I know.
Kind of puts his, like, kind of claps your shoulder with his hand and goes, now, let's go meet some friends. Make some.
And he just looks at you with like that like wide-eyed look of like, bitch, the fuck you said.
Let's go make some friends.
This is the 100% like the introvert with the extrovert. It's like, let's go meet people. No.
Yeah, he's just like you very clearly tell he had like kind of compressed himself, like contained himself a bit to like help you understand how he's feeling, and then he just exploded again. Like he's back to being anything for himself. He's like, all right, let's go make some friends. This Isaac individual, he sounds like a wonderful person. Maybe he's like some kind of leader here.
You're lucky I like you for getting paid for this.
He just kind of laughs at you. Whatever makes you feel better.
Fuck you.
And Briar kind of like sort of like stops and chats with like a couple of like the Fleshwort people here, and Laverna, Praise of the Wasteland, comes up to you and goes, "Do you want to come meet Isaac with me?"
He says that to Briar or
to
me?
Laverna.
Oh.
Earth to Laverna.
Sorry. Hello. I was.
We're not on Earth.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Sorry, I was dealing with something in the background.
You're good. Praise for the Wasteland comes up to you and goes, do you want to come meet Isaac with me?
Sure. I can do that.
She kind of nods and kind of like leads you up a little bit up the hill towards this like not really a large tent. It's just like it kind of stands out a little bit. It looks a little bit different than the other ones.
Mm-hmm.
All the other tents are quite like kind of conical, almost like teepees, but not like so like sharp on the top.
Right.
This one's a much more like boxier, like it's a sort of like a large room tent. And you see as like Praise kind of like leads you up the hill towards his tent. You see there is like a small group of people inside already. And among them you see the man I've described as Isaac, who is like a tall figure wearing all black with the mask. And as Praise the Wasteland approaches, she kind of like lingers at the flap of the tent. And the masked figure sort of turns and looks towards Praise, and sort of holds out his hand towards the group and says, please excuse me. And walks over to you two. And he holds his hand out and kind of takes Praise for the Wasteland's hand in both of his. And he goes, I'm happy to see you made it back safely. Are you able to succeed? And Praise kind of nods and goes, this is Laverna. Her and a couple of other people said they wanted to join us. I met her just outside of Quantium. Laverna kind of gesture towards you. And the man kind of looks towards you, Laverna, and he lets go of Praise for the Wasteland's hand, and he kind of holds out his. And you see his hand is like kind of scoured with sort of like burned pockmarks along his hand. And he goes, my name is Isaac. I am serving as a surrogate chieftain to these people.
Laverna will reach out and take his hand. Laverna, Sparkle Paws. Nomadic.
Yeah, he kind of nods and goes, as Kadaki catfolk, I recognize your kind.
You have seen my kind before.
Of course, they're of the many tribes that wander the desert. They are like kin to us. Anyone who wanders the desert means to preserve its life. They are like family. He kind of looks behind you and says, are there more Azkadakis with you?
Unfortunately, no. It is just I.
Kind of nods his head and goes, very well. Your assistance will help us regardless. You see, my people, we have many skilled hunters, but we have very few warriors. Whenever we travel along the road of blood, the large caravan is going to draw the ire of those who would mean us harm.
Then I shall help reverse that harm.
He nods and he kind of like gives you like your paw another squeeze before he lets go. You have my thanks, and you will be well rewarded for your efforts.
Out of curiosity, you said you're familiar with other Azadakis.
He's like gives one single nod.
The Sparkle tribe. Have you heard recent word from them?
Shakes his head, no. And he goes, I'm afraid not. In fact, I've heard little to no information or news about them in recent days.
That is what I feared. Thank you.
You feel there is like a hang, like the conversation hangs in the air, as you feel Isaac trying to like wrap his head around what you just said, and he just kind of nods his head and goes, "Well, you'll be treated well amongst us. Please let us meet the rest of your caravan."
And Laverna will step to the side and motion. And kind of lead him back to the others.
Yeah, he follows you, as well as Praise for the Wasteland follows you, back down towards the caravan where they're unpacking stuff, and he passes by a tent and peeks his head inside. And Adros, what do you think? What do you think you'd be doing like on like a normal day, like?
If, not tending to a patient, probably, either, tending to Jezebel, since, spoiled cat, as I said.
Yeah.
Or, keeping any poultices, things like that, burn creams, water, making sure there's water and such always around, because the most common things to happen in the desert: sunburn, heat stroke.
Yeah, I'll say he kind of like pokes his head inside of your tent. Well, you're probably like upkeeping like a lot of like the medical supplies and like treating Jezebel, spoiling her. While you're at it,
spoiling her rotten.
Yeah. You just hear like every once in a while from your tent.
Yum!
And he kind of you see his the masked visage of Isaac peek in your tent, and you hear his voice say, "Adros, may I request your presence?"
Oh, of course. What is it you need, Isaac?
There are some people I would like you to meet.
Oh, are they injured, or?
No. At least I would hope not. But we shall see.
As Adros will still, take his medical kit just in case. Give a quick whistle as Jezebel will hop onto his shoulder.
Alright. Yeah, you come along, you follow along with them down here. And you are like kind of packing up a crate up the hill as you walk past this group. You kind of like walk past, and Isaac stops and just says, like, out of like the side of his like he doesn't turn to say this to you. He just says, "Ina, if you would, when you are finished with that, I would like to request your assistance down here."
All right.
And then he just continues walking.
And she'll finish up and follow.
Yeah, you quickly catch up as they're coming. He's coming down to like this caravan. Vider, you look up the hill and you see this group coming down, and Briar is kind of goes, "Wow, that is an impressive, I guess, silhouette. He looks a bit imposing, don't you think?"
Maybe.
Maybe this is that Isaac fellow.
Perhaps. He does fit the description.
And Daphne, you clock this person a mile away. He looks like he has like some certain standing above the rest of the people here. He holds himself differently. He carries himself differently. And he's following Laverna down towards the caravan, towards you and Anarian. As you guys are probably just kind of like chatting away by the cart. And Anarian goes, "Well, madam, I believe our opportunity will be soon approaching."
What do you think? Full introductions, or should I leave out parts?
I think the best thing you can do with an individual like this is to be completely honest.
Full introductions it is?
And Isaac and Laverna kind of stop short of the cart, and Praise is sort of like kind of trailing behind, and you're catching up. Adros, you're right there next to them. And Vider, you're kind of like coming back up towards the cart with Briar.
Mm-hmm.
And the masked man kind of like looks from one person to the next of you, like the four of you sitting by the cart, and he goes, "My name is Isaac. I'm glad to see that you have accepted our proposition. Your assistance is needed and is very much appreciated."
Thank you for your hospitality.
He nods, and he says, kind of gestures to everyone here and goes, "We are the Manymen. We are the tribeless. Many tribes who have banded together, those who have lost their family, those who have lost their path, those who have been left behind. And I am their guardian, their surrogate chieftain. This charge, given to me by Elemian himself. I still remember his words to this day. Isaac, these people have suffered. They have been left broken. They have been left alone. Yet there is no one here who knows suffering more than you. You shall be the foundation of a new tribe, the tribe of the tribeless. And so here I stand before all of you, requesting your assistance. He kind of like bows his head a bit. In a few days' time, this entire camp will be packing up and heading towards Quantium. I cannot discuss the reasons why this exodus is occurring, just that it will be. And we will need all of the hands we possibly can have help defend and protect this, well, these people. Can I count on you?
Vito just gives like a silent head nod. Just.
It would be a sorry diplomat to give up on a negotiation this quickly, of course.
Briar kind of steps forward and kind of like gives a bow and goes, it would be our honor to assist you, Sir Isaac. Kind of like gestures towards himself and to you, Vitor. My name is Briar, and this is Vitor. As you can tell, we are of the Goran people, and I can assure you that we understand what it's like to be sort of left behind to pick up the pieces. Isaac kind of looks at him and gives him a nod. And then looks over to you, Daphne.
Right, sorry, brain went ugh for a second. Lady Daphne of the House of Holaith, Magambia, Sir Isaac. This is my aide, Anarian. We're here to assist.
Anarian gives like a very polite bow. And doesn't really say anything. He lets you do all the talk.
She nods her head politely.
And Isaac nods his head and says, very well. If you would, I would like you all to join me inside my tent. There is much I would like to discuss. And Adros, Laverna, and Ina, he kind of looks at you, and he kind of like says your fake name and lets it hang for a little while.
Narrows her eyes. That's it.
What an odd interaction.
I would like
Doesn't
you
say that out
all
loud.
I would like you to join me as well.
Of course.
I wish to specially task you. Okay. Guys, go back up to this tent. After doing like some small introductions, and kind of he sits. There's like a small table that's set up, and there's like a map of the desert. You can clearly see there is like a triangle of like lines, sort of like mapped out, and those of you who have lived the Nex recognize this as the circulation. These are the arteries, the roads that lead between the three main cities. And he points with the map and says, "This is the road of blood." And he points at the line that is between Echonis and Quantium. We must take this road towards Quantium. We will not be able to make it towards the road of gold. It would take much too long. And we would have to travel through the heart of the desert, which is the most dangerous part. So we will be taking the road of blood. Be aware that it is called the road of blood for very good reason. Thousands of years ago, the two wizards that ruled the nations of Nex and Geb waged wars against each other. And that road being the closest to the border between Geb and Nex was the bloodiest and the hardest to protect. Still true to this day, but for a different reason. Bandits that have taken up hiding inside the Mana Wastes, or that dwell inside the interior of the Nex Wastelands, have often attacked these roads. In fact, it was just a couple of weeks ago we had run across a camp that had been completely slaughtered. He kind of looks over at you, Adros. And I will not have that happen to my people. So I am sending the 5 of you, along with myself and Praise for the Wasteland. We will be heading ahead on a cart in front of the caravan. We will be traveling a half-day's distance apart to make sure the path is safe. I'll be leaving the remainder, the main bulk of our warriors, along with the main trunk of the caravan. But I believe that, well, rather I'm hoping that you will be able to scout front for us. He kind of looks at you all and goes, are there any questions?
Who will be staying behind to lead the others after us?
He kind of looks, he kind of notice he like looks past you all, and you see there is up on a hill over like the rest of the caravan, there is a tent that is like kind of distance away, like it is far above the rest of the other tents. He looks at that and he goes, Alemian will.
She just nods at that. There's an answer, and she was hoping there would be an answer, and there is an answer.
Yeah. So essentially, you guys will be a part of like the vanguard going ahead to make sure there are no like traps or any ambushes laying in wait, or to scout out to see if there's any dangers ahead for the caravan, and that's basically what he's explaining to you guys. And he will be coming along with you as well as Praise to the Wasteland.
What do I know about Anarian's combat abilities? Does he have any?
You're not sure.
I should ask him.
You know, it's not really come up a whole lot.
When we have a second, she's gonna ask.
Most of the time, butlers aren't known for their murder ability.
Hey, I'm a good boss. At least I think about this before making a
Butler, go. Fight for me.
Look, I have watched Black Butler. I know some butlers can handle it, and some butlers can't.
Reginald, fetch me the skulls.
Look, Alfred Pennyworth has a shotgun.
Yeah, well, that's Alfred. Not every butler's Alfred.
Points to my username.
Wait, not every butler is Alfred? The audacity.
Anywho, Veeder would like to like look at a map, and from his past memories or knowledge of his many times in Wasteland, would like to think of like, okay, that's the path. What do I remember of like, this is bad part, that's bad part, this is good part.
There's just like a lot of information going through your head. There's a lot of bad parts. There's a lot of like interesting parts, but you know, you're kind of like weighing it in your head right now.
Yeah, just like trying to think like, could there be a better path? Like from the path you align, could it be like a slight thinking of like, okay, slight adjustment, like maybe that way. No, he's like playing like mental chess in his head. Of just like,
I imagine like to you specifically, it's probably like a strange like to you, it's like very dangerous to go along the road of blood, especially with this many people. And so that's a bit of a shock to you, I would say. But the more you look at the map, the more you realize, no, we have to go for the road of blood, because the other roads, like the other veins outside of the main artery, are not that safe. If you go down south below the artery, you have a high chance of getting attacked by flesh beasts. And that would take a monumental effort to take down, even with like the force you might have. And there is like a high chance of like, you know, collateral damage. People would get hurt no matter what. And if you go on the interior, there's a lot more sort of like risk of the more like, you know, humanoid threats, like the tribes that are like hostile, or the bandits, or just like opportunists who would just sneak in and try to hurt people while like they can sneak in. So the easiest way would be to stay on the road, the main artery, where you can clearly kind of like get a grasp of where you're going, to have like a wide like range of sight, like a wide sight line, to avoid these kind of threats. So yeah, you would have to go through the road of blood. Not to mention it would be the fastest route from here.
Yeah. So like with that in mind, like as we were thinking, like to that point of like a mental checkmate to himself, it's just like, fuck.
Above table. Remind me if I'm incorrect in this. Weren't we on like? Isn't there a timeline that we're on as well?
Yeah. The council meets every fortnight, and
yes. Okay.
From what you understand, they like the meetings are interchanged. There is a meeting between the 3, and there's a meeting amongst the 9, and then there's a meeting amongst the 3 and 9.
Which one were we aiming for again? And how many days?
You are waiting. You are waiting for the one that's amongst the 3 and 9.
Okay, how many days out is that?
I don't have an exact figure for you. I'm just gonna say that this you guys don't have a whole lot of time, but it is achievable. It's like you probably have like another like few like it'll be a like another week or so before you get back with this like size of like the caravan. So like if it took you guys a few days to get out here, you guys have at best like maybe like 10 days left before the meeting happens.
Okay, that's why I'm asking, because she's going to bring up how many days traveled, how far do we have to travel per day to make it back in time for the meeting?
Isaac nods his head and says, with a force this large, there's an impossibility that we can travel faster, that we can get there within a week's time. It'll have to be 8 days or 9 days. We might even have to take the entire 10-day length. And if that happens, well, let's just say that it is not outside the realm of possibility, and it is well within our objective parameter.
Just something to keep in mind.
Although, yes, ideally we would like to make it back in time for the meeting. And he kind of like looks across the board again and goes, now, are there any more questions?
When do we leave?
Tomorrow morning.
First light?
He just kind of nods.
Well, then I believe it might be time to get some food and get some rest.
All right.
Anne's gonna, as people filter out if that's what's happening, she's gonna be the last one to leave, and she's just gonna stand by the door and look at Isaac.
He sort of like returns to just like the look. You know he's just staring at you, but he's not saying it.
Mm-hmm.
Is there something I can help you with, Ina?
I mean, no disrespect to a Lemian, but this past week here, you're the one who's running things. You sure you coming along with us is the right move for the rest of these people?
He looks off to the side and says, I can personally vouch for Lemian's ability to lead.
I'm not worried about his... I ain't worried about his ability to lead. I'm worried about his ability to fight.
He looks, his gaze returns to you again and says, if you had seen the sight of a Lemian, then you would not have those thoughts.
All right. I trust you. And she would just give him a nod and make her exit.
All right. As you guys leave, you kind of all sort of just like kind of congregate around Praise for the Wastelands tent now, and Praise kind of goes, so I guess we're all going to be heading out together in the morning. She kind of looks back at the tent and goes, I guess I don't really have to worry about setting up too much.
Honestly, what I would recommend is some of us get as much packed as we can, and if there's room in the caravan, we stay there for the night. It's not like we haven't done it before on our way here.
Yeah, Praise just kind of nods and goes, yeah, I guess not. and then you see like her eyes kind of go wide a bit. She goes, "Oh, I forgot. Did he kind of looks over at Anne and Adros. You guys are kind of like lingering nearby. He goes, "Oh, I forgot we need to introduce ourselves." And she looks over to you two and goes, I'm Praise for the Wasteland. I'm going to be going along with you tomorrow."
You sure that's a good idea?
She nods.
What can you do in a fight?
Kind of like holds out her hands and goes, "Well, I don't really do a lot of fighting, but I know how to use healing magic."
She just looks over at Adros, and then back to her.
She kind of looks up at Adros and
Hello there.
goes, I understand you've been doing a lot of the healing while I've been gone. Thank you.
It is my duty. If I know how to help people, I must.
Yeah.
Skrub, quick
Yeah.
question.
Yeah.
Would, as like, because Adros has been definitely interacting with quite a few people now, has he probably heard some tales about Praise, you know? Some mention of her, at least?
Oh yeah, there's a lot of talk about Praise for the Wasteland. And you've definitely heard some stuff about her too. Where she's, you know, a lot of like the general consensus that Praise for the Wasteland is like, you know, a very kind person. But you all got the the odd sense that Praise has sort of suffered a lot in the past, but she still, despite all that, does her best to like help people in need.
I'm sure your friends are happy to see you. They have had nothing but good words to say.
Yeah, she smiles, and you can see like her colo canines just like kind of like gleaming. And she goes, "Well, that's nice to hear. I'm gonna go around and say hi to everyone before we leave in the morning." You kind of like also hear like the sound of like the bones clicking that she has like kind of like attached to her dress, as she kind of like sort of like sways side to side, and she goes, "Well, maybe you should also introduce yourselves to each other as well, since you'll all be working with each other anyway." Which is the DM telling you to introduce yourself to each other.
We know! We know! I'm just not going to be first this time.
I think this is totally on brand that we just all stare at each other.
For at least a second, yeah.
It's like,
I'm half expecting like there to be an awkwardness and Daphne to be like,
well, hello, as Faith said, I've been acting as the doctor here. I am Adros of Iconus. So does a quick salute, one hand pressed over the heart.
"Pleasure."
You can call me Ina. I use these. They're loud. I'll be in the back.
Daphne.
Vita.
Laverna. And Laverna has not taken her eyes off of Jezebel.
This is Jezebel. Do not worry. If she pecks just to shoo her off, she can get a bit overly friendly.
Friend. I have I've never seen a creature quite like her.
She's 1 in a million. One of a kind, really.
I was about to say 1 in a million might be an understatement.
Can I do a nature check on that? Can I see think of what are you?
Natural?
Yeah, I would say a nature check or occultism check. Or Arcana. I take Arcana too.
I mean, technically also
God,
it is something.
Yeah.
I'll do nature. I think it's just more of what animal are you kind of vibes, you know?
What's Briar doing, by the way?
Briar is not with the group right now. He is kind of off chatting with other people.
Oh, public.
Vita, you have no fucking idea what this thing is. This thing is
Yeah,
like this thing's freaky looking, man.
it's just, it's just like I'm looking at it, it's like, the fuck are you? Like I'm very lucky, and I'm just like,
Yeah, and it's like fucking, it's like Ravenhead just like snaps to you, Vita, and goes, "Hi."
She's usually not this quick to warm up to people. She must like the desert heat.
I like try to extend my hand. I don't know if I'm close. I try to extend my hand out like you would with a dog to like let it sniff you.
Yeah, Jezebel probably like just like kind of like leans up to you and remind me, Crow, what is Jezebel's like front half of her trunk?
Most like front half is mostly the bat and raven bits. Also with small monkey hands, so it might also just grab onto his finger.
Yeah, the little thing like kind of like it flaps its wings a little bit as you like kind of hold out your hand, and then it just fucking it grips your thumb and just like kind of starts biting on it. like just like you've seen like birds like bite like a nut or something.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's part Raven. Are we gonna have to worry about shiny things going missing?
Anne would have some experience with this already, and she just pipes up and says yes.
Oh,
Very not. She only takes things that she knows are not worth that much.
how would she know such a thing?
She can talk.
Smart!
See?
What?
Yes,
Since I know.
she certainly is. It's very obvious Daphne does not want to piss off this thing.
Since I made out wood, it doesn't hurt that like this thing is like biting my finger. Is it more like a playful chew, or actually like she's trying to bite my finger off?
She's probably not making too much headway in doing too much headway in biting your finger off. She's probably just like just like chewing on it to kind of see what you feel like.
Okay, I'll just like funny.
And last but certainly not least, this is Anarian, my aide.
Anarian bows and goes, "Pleasure to make your acquaintance."
What can you do in a fight? She's asking everybody. She needs to know.
I was actually going to have that conversation with you as well, Anarian.
Anarian, he just kind of like he kind of like takes off like he's like wearing like like kind of servant's gloves. He takes off his gloves and he kind of like holds out his hands like this and goes, "Well, I use these. They're quite loud, but I'll be in the front." And he cracks his knuckles, and they're like loud cracks.
Oh.
Yeah. Daphne just smiles.
And just nods.
Vita just chuckles.
I was going to ask if you'd be more comfortable staying here with the others, but after that, well...
Are your hands okay? They should not be cracking like that. That is...
It is perfectly natural, I can assure you. And no, madam, I would never even imagine leaving your side.
I appreciate it. She just kind of indicates her swords to the unasked, again, question that Ina does not ask.
She sees the tools. She's not worried about you. You're pretty obviously wearing what you do in a fight.
Oh, yeah. She's not being subtle about it because we've been in the wasteland for a week.
Yeah. I think she would be looking at Laverna, though. Similar question in her eyes.
Yeah, Laverna has been... You notice, like, Laverna has been, like, very, like, kind of standoffish. Like, kind of... Not really, like, rude, but just, like, kind of shying away from, like, the main group.
Mm-hmm.
You see on her belt a holy symbol. I heal people, but I can hold a little bit if any get near me.
All right. What about you? What was it, Vita?
Vita just like silently like gestures to his scythe, but then also like with his hand, like almost he has his palm open, and the second he clenches his hand, thorns start to grow out of different parts of his arms. Just like.
And definitely like surprised a little bit by that.
Pardon my
Says it.
asking this. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I just said satisfied.
I just need to know if you're going to be a liability, and it looks like you're not going to be.
Just to round out the questions, what about Isaac himself?
Praise kind of like lowers your head a little bit and goes, I think Isaac is going to try and stay out of fighting if he can, but I promise he's real knowledgeable. He knows a lot, and if things get really bad, we can rely on him.
Very well. Better to know what you're going into with the group you're going into it with than to be caught off guard in an opportune moment.
Yeah, improvisational fighting isn't exactly healthy for anybody.
Yeah, you guys gonna chat, and then after a while, like Briar comes up and he kind of like wraps his arm around you, Veter, as you guys are kind of like still chatting a little bit, and he goes, "Veter, you're not gonna believe what this orc woman just said to me."
Veter just like looks at him, gives like the rub over the eyes at this point. It's like, oh, what did you do?
I was just talking to this young lady, and well, let's just say she was coming on a bit strong.
Oh, sounds like calling out talking.
He kind of like gestures to the group and goes, so I see you finally made some friends, Veter. What's going on?
We're just discussing plans for tomorrow. Nothing more.
Oh, plans for tomorrow? What's going on?
Well, all right. We'll get together at sunrise, and we'll head off. Nothing much.
Oh,
Is your friend coming along, Vader?
Yeah, Briar kind of like looks at you, Vader, and goes, "Wait, we're leaving tomorrow? Why? Are we already going?"
Sadly, yes, you'll be coming along with us. I'm not doing that alone.
Hitch kind of
Is he going to be disappointing? She's only pointing this question to Vader.
Oh, I like her. She's blunt.
He just kind of like looks at you, goes, "Well, I'm not exactly a fighter. I'm more of a talker,
I can tell.
There's no reason a talker can't also be a fighter."
He leans in close to you, Vader, and goes, "Did something happen? What's going on?"
Nothing you should be worried about.
Okay.
Smile. Just be yourself and talk. Right.
Right. Well, it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. My name is Briar.
He's so just a friendly guy in a room full of people that are just like, no.
I am 100% throwing you under the bus, brother. I ain't gonna lie. You're on your own team.
You're pomegranate in a room full of flowers.
Dan actually glances over at Veter, just kind of gives him a look like, I see what you're doing. Like gives like a tiny pull of the side of her mouth into a small smile, and then turns back to the group as if like she didn't just do that, because she sees exactly what he's doing and is amused.
Peter just looks at you just like with a crick of a smile, like winks, just like ding.
I think Daphne just made a friend.
Yeah, Briar's like, "What? Why'd you do that? What's going on? Guys, come on."
They're on a timeline, don't you remember?
Well, to give you context, Mr. Briar, we will be acting as a advance force for the caravan to make sure no issues arise on the road.
Oh, right.
Emphasis on the word force.
Right. Okay.
Let this be a lesson not to
A lesson not to what?
miss a meeting.
Oh, sorry, I just got so caught up speaking with all the people here. It's hard not to get lost in conversation with all these individuals.
Oh, believe me, I understand.
No, you're definitely lost to something.
Whatever do you mean, Veter?
Don't worry about it.
All right. I think with that, we're gonna close out the session for today. It's 4:00.
Wow.
All right.
You were right. We did talk so much we missed the combat.
Yeah, you did.
No!
For everyone in chat, before the session started, I was like, I've got there is some combat planned if we get to it, but if we don't, then that's fine. We'll do it next time. And believe it or not, if you can believe it, we did not get to there. We got a lot of roleplay to go.
To Skrub, didn't you say even if you talk for 3 hours?
Which we did.
Well, technically, you talked for 3 hours and 12 minutes. So
there we go.
Wait, no, we didn't.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh, brother.
Well, thank you for session.
Yeah.
This was amazing.
It was amazing.
I'm loving this.
Definitely.
Oh my god, Ed, what the hell?
Yeah.
I love
Ed. I freaking love you. You're fantastic. Oh my god.
Oh boy. That's a good session. Yeah. That's a good session. I think you guys did
Yeah.
Definitely was.
Great.
It was great.
I love the role play here. That was very nice.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait to listen to this when it's on VOD again so I can go in and
Great.
take notes for next session.
Exactly.
What I did for last session.
Yep.
I'm very excited
Makes it a
for
lot
all
easier.
the novels I'm going to get to read over the next month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a whole 7 days of downtime to play with, man.
Yeah.
We didn't narrate, which means I can write.
Exactly.
Oh,
If I figure out to have brain for it, I've got ideas.
Yeah.
Melody, I have some ideas for you for Vita Ina conversations.
By all means, there's definitely the look that's going past Briar to him of, well, there's the liability.
I was about to ask, like, don't worry, it'll be the distraction.
Some see liability, others see bait. It's fine.
Meanwhile, Daphne's just like, why is it that you can only talk? You should talk and something else!
He's inexperienced. He hasn't figured that out yet. He hasn't been punched in the face enough and volunteers.
I've been trying for many years.
Yeah, there's definitely a connection there for sure.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys for joining me yet again for another session of this. I appreciate you guys. I had a ton of fun with this one.
Same.
As did we.
Thank you.
Same.
And I didn't dox myself this time. Woo!
Good job.
Yippee! Let's fucking go! No doxing.
Yay.
Woohoo! Yippee!
Now I'm going to go down the line. We're going to do some announcements for stuff, and we're going to call that a session. Mel, what have you got going on?
I've got later tonight, I think. Shaylene, are we on?
We're still waiting on one person to get back.
Okay, there may or may not be D&D tonight. we'll see.
Pay attention. Pay attention to socials.
Yeah, past that, there's, for the campaign that we just wrapped up, Creedy Trouble, the one-shot turn more shot, there's surprisingly a much longer narrative, like 14,000 words currently at this point, for the character that's part of that, and I'll be releasing a narrative, like audiobook style, semi-soundscaped version of that backstory in the next 2 weeks. So,
And you want help with the soundscaping?
yeah.
Okay.
Fancy.
Oh my God, Jezebel, calm down.
Back!
Yeah, that's that.
Vita's gonna love Jezebel.
Guys, definitely follow Mel's Twitch channel. She does a lot of this. She streams a lot of the games she's in, like all the D&D, a lot of stuff that Shailene does too. And speaking of Shailene, what do you got going on?
Definitely pay attention to socials if we're doing Mark's Adventure tonight, because it's gonna be really special if we do it tonight. If not, it'll be the following week, not next week. But yeah,
And it'll be special then too.
Yes, it will be special then too. It is something that I've been waiting for like weeks now. Mel can attest to this. I've been freaking out.
You've been foaming at the mouth for this as much as I've been foaming in the mouth for this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Finally.
So But yeah, just pay attention for any time that I stream.
Yeah, let's go. Yeah, go guys. Follow that Linktree link to get Shailene's socials and stuff, so you can get updates on all that, and follow her on Twitch as well. For whenever she goes live, Shailene goes live playing games like late at night very often. So if you're up late, Shailene's definitely a good place to go.
Yeah. The Late Late Show with Shailene.
Yeah.
Yep, the Late Show. That's
The Late
me.
Late Show.
Oracle, what have you got going on?
Earlier this month, or was it last month? I don't remember. The latest episode of Algis 5 dropped, guest starring people that were in both this campaign and campaign 1. So if you want to check that out, that's cool. By we, I mean me and Melody are starting. We'll be starting adaptation of the narrative I'm writing of it, because that's apparently how my scripts are written these days.
We already have the outline. I'm excited to get to the script.
Yes, there will be a magic lesson and all kinds of drop, and I'm not sure if I have anything else going on that's kind of for Melody to schedule.
Excuse me?
We'll talk later. We'll talk later.
We'll talk later. Discuss detail. Shush.
And honestly, that's kind of about it for right now.
Ardent Melody, I call upon you to fulfill your oath. Schedule things.
That's my one and only purpose, guys.
Look.
I want to say
No.
she does amazing at it though.
She does.
'Cause she
real.
scheduled all of creating for me,
Melody,
and it was amazing.
Melody, I'm going to give you one hint.
Yo.
Look, I really want to listen to that symphony.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
The look of realization was killing.
In real time.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no, it's Streaky and Oracle are definitely part of something fun that's brewing. It's brewing. It's got art. We're excited.
It's brewing. There's bubbles. There's bubbles.
Mhm.
It's boiling.
Gatsby on the edge of For Never.
The gang is back together. I could be like my boy again.
Yeah.
Sorry, Skrub.
I can destroy
it up.
I can destroy your cuteness.
Sorry, Skrub.
I got my boyfriend back.
He never left. It's the first campaign I'm DMing. We did our session 0 like 2 months ago, and I've been working on art.
And then the big bad evil guy of D&D scheduling where it's ugly head, and I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No, I'm glad you reminded me.
What happens?
It happens.
This is part of our dynamic. I remind you of things and you go, oh, right.
Yeah.
Facts.
That's about it.
Very, very exciting. Crow, what you got going on, man?
Well, sorry. A video should be coming out later today, hopefully around 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time.
Ooh.
I have been doing a chapter-by-chapter reading of The Great Gatsby, the great American novel. So, if you want
That's
to conclude
perfect.
chapter 2 of that, should be coming out tonight. Chapter 1 is already out. And hopefully, next week, I was about to say this week, but it's the end of this week. Hopefully next week, a more normal video for me should be coming out.
Oh, yeah.
Heck yeah.
Expect witches and all that.
Witches.
Yes.
Good stuff.
Let's go. All right, and now, last but not least, Streaky, what's your favorite color?
The ones that I can see. That's my favorite.
Well, fair choice.
Thank you.
What do you got going on?
Okay. So, literally in 39 minutes, today I have a busy day. 39 minutes, I'll be taking part in the whole funky book that I've been a part of for the past year now, made by Jay Daimao. We're going to be doing a live reading of the third book, and we're starting it today. The current book so far, because sadly enough, the next book is not going to come anytime soon. Sad. But yes, we're going to be reading the book live reading, so that'll be great. That'll be cool. We have a bunch of the voice actors that are also taking a part of it, which we do plan on making audios for that. Well, I'm a character, but who's down this book yet? But yeah, I have that. May I put the link of her channel in the chat?
Yeah, go for it.
Good,
Okay,
because I'd
so-
love to watch this.
Yeah, it's here. It's a nice, funky book. There are subjects and matters that we do have warnings for, which we will say at the beginning of the stream. So watch your apparel. And then besides that, later in this evening as well, at 8:30 p.m. EST, I will be my stream. What am I doing? Who
knows?
fucking knows? maybe I'll be a funky cowboy. Maybe I'll be a funky dude in colonial times, stabbing people and doing tomahawk chops.
I mean, that is also technically a cowboy. Those were also colonial times.
Yeah, but you know what? Regardless, I'll be doing something. You will be watching something. I will probably accidentally blow myself up again. Or maybe, I don't know, something. But yeah.
Definitely
You could
good
always
one
download
play.
Uma Musume.
Yeah!
Oh my God, you need to play
Could play the horse game.
Now that's a
I told my
game!
husband that y'all have played this. He's gonna go over the moon.
I just need to see your reaction, Streaky. Yes, please.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I will listen. I will say this because it's the gotcha game.
Yeah.
Is that I will only play if one of my friends gets sponsored. That's the only reason I got
That's
CCC
fair.
is
That's
because
very fair.
Shizu got sponsored. I was like, fuck it, I'll play it just for you, Shizu. So I mean,
Oh, that's so
All right. So
sweet.
Scrub,
Yeah.
your job
So-
for the
so
next 4 weeks is to get
Skrub,
sponsored by Uma
Shizu,
Musume.
Jersey,
Get sponsored by Uma
get a
Musume.
sponsorship, and I will full on put on an outfit, like the fucking Kentucky Derby outfit, and just
Do
be like, fucking run, Bessie, run, and I'm gonna win.
So
I
you
really
gotta
thought you
wear
were
both
gonna
a
say you were
horse
gonna put on a
outfit.
horse girl outfit.
No. You have to put on a horse girl outfit and a Kentucky Derby hat.
Oh,
Yes.
true.
No, I'm just gonna be the Kentucky Derby outfit with a horse mask on. Be
No,
like,
Street carried him to Scrub getting the
Yes.
sponsor.
this is how we get the sponsor.
Yes.
Hey,
Might have to reach
You're not-
out to Jersey at some point then.
Yeah,
You're not.
actually,
You're not
actually.
gonna force me
Yeah.
to put on a maid
Jersey's
outfit
a
again.
good
I'm
one,
not
too.
doing that again.
Before we wrap up, I do have a little bit of an update. There will not be D&D tonight. We just got word. So
Shucks.
No session.
So I might get together. I might get together with the other three and see if we
Girls'
can do
night.
something Tuesday.
Yeah.
And then the following week we will do the very special that's gonna happen.
Yay!
And I will continue to foam at the mouth for another week.
Just be careful. You want to make sure you're hydrating if you're foaming that much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right.
Scrub, what about you?
Announcements for my channel. For the Pathfinder games, the delightfully helpful Ardent Melodies already scoured out like the next several games for us. Wrath of the Ghost King Session 4 will be August 9th. That's also a Saturday at 1 p.m.
Mhm.
Then the next session for Return of the Arclord is going to be a bit further out.
Yeah, let's say.
There were some issues with scheduling. A lot of people are busy. Are gonna be busy next month.
There's gonna be a baby coming in my family.
Yeah. So
Oh, damn.
it's
Yeah.
very important.
Not mine.
Very important.
Not mine.
Oh, okay.
I can't blame anyone for it. The next session for Return of the Arclord is going to be September 6th. September 6th. That is going to be a Saturday at 1 p.m. So it's a little while out, but that's okay. I'll probably take the extra
Nice
time to
goal.
like do a lot more prep and stuff like that, a lot more planning.
Tons of time for narratives.
Yep.
Tons of
Prepare
time for us
ourselves.
to foam at the mouth and become rabid dogs.
Yep. Lots of time for Mel to flood my inbox.
Exactly.
It's,
I didn't ask you anything
Fine, by
crazy
that
this
point, We'll all
time.
be doing it.
Yeah, no, you've not asked me
Oh,
anything crazy
this
this time. I mean, I've got. I mean, honestly, I feel like I've acclimated pretty well. To be honest.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
We haven't even begun to do this yet.
I'm all, guy, we all have to do it. We all have to do it to Scrub.
Uh,
Group huddle. We gotta do it.
As for other streams, I think right now the plans is for tomorrow. I will be streaming with Stonecap, Good Boy Audios, and my buddy Kronos. We're gonna play some Magic the
Hey.
Gathering Commander on tabletop.
Hell yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, sick. Nice.
So we're gonna
Also
play,
nerd, but
yeah, we're gonna play some Commander. That'll be fun. I don't know how long it'll go. It'll start at around, I think, 1 p.m. my time. Because GB wants us to start a little early because he's got like work at night.
Mm.
Mhm.
So yeah, expect that tomorrow, and the next week I'll probably be playing more RimWorld on stream because I can't stop fucking playing the new DLC.
That's a ringing endorsement for this game, though.
Yeah.
Ring endorsement.
100%.
I am an addict.
I have a problem, and I'm not afraid to admit it.
That's okay.
Hello, welcome to Video Games Anonymous.
I spent $1,000 on a horse girl.
Oh no!
Just
I
so everyone
spent
is aware,
my
I've
mortgage on
also
horse
not
girl
stopped. I've not stopped playing Uma Musume either. I have been playing.
You gotta keep training your little idiots.
I do my dailies every day.
Just so you know, we're 3 years behind on this game. It's
Yeah, I
already
know.
been out in Japan for like 3 years.
Yeah, it just
That tracks.
recently got localized, which is such a shame because it's so good.
It's unfortunately par for the course.
You
with
said
these
that
games.
like a heroin addict.
So
He did just say that there, y'all are
I only do my dailies, man. It's nothing much.
Come on,
it
man.
just feels so bad and it's good. You know what I mean?
I can stop anytime I want.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta download this game at this point.
You are gonna have fun to talk with my hubby about.
Listen, it's
I have my
fun to
rules.
play for like just like to see the stories of like the little horse girls and like and go and then watch them like fail their race and then they're like it's all over for me. And we're like,
All right,
well,
just sending you to the glue
and
factory
then you
now.
just have to contend with the fact that you just failed, your little idiot, and
Yeah.
And
then
feel
you-
all the guilt that comes along with it. It's a great
and
time.
then you immediately do another one because you can't let that happen, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's gonna be all, guys. Thank you once again for joining me tonight, or for
Thank
today.
you for
not
running.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank
Thank
you
you
guys
for running.
playing.
You're
Thank-
stupidly good at this, bro.
Just seriously,
Yeah.
man.
I love it.
cease.
No.
No, we
Stop,
refuse.
never.
Except for a
We
love.
loved on nerd.
And
that?
thank you everyone
It's like
in
the
the
computer
chat
sound.
for watching.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for hanging
Thanks,
out.
guys.
I'm glad you guys have been enjoying the series so far. I'm glad this has gotten some attention. And we'll see you next time. Bye everyone.
Bye.